Okay, I should be live now. I hope so. Uh, let's see. I got to get better at this thing. Okay, and it's showing live. Let me just make sure everything looks good. All right, looks good here. Got it. Okay, the quality is not ideal, but I think my settings have it good. All right, we should be good. So, what's up, everyone? I just wanted to hop on here and do a live, Tugboat Talks. It's Tuesday. So gonna go live, talk about, of course, this East versus West event, my perspective, how everything went, how the event was organized, my analysis or my opinion on all of the super matches, um, and basically just cover the weekend from start to finish. So I'm gonna let some people start rolling in before I dive into it. So if you're in here, make sure you say what's up. Make sure you drop a like so I know that you are in here. Benji Mac, what's up, buddy? B Rad, how are you? I'm good. I'm good. Have you pulled with Tobias yet? Not yet. So we were supposed to pull 2 weeks before the East versus West event, and then he got COVID, so he wasn't able to practice with me. And so we plan on probably practicing this weekend, Saturday, Sunday, maybe a little before, maybe a little after. We'll see. But it can't be next weekend because we're going to be going to Gothenburg for a trip out there to hang out with some friends and do some training and whatever else. So haven't got to pull with Tobias yet, but we will. Again, guys, if you're in here, if you're watching, just make sure that you drop a comment, say hello, drop a like, just so I make sure that you're able to see everything and hear me and everything is good. And then I'll get into kind of my East versus West recap. Paul Lynn versus Zoliev. Yeah, that's an interesting match. I think Zoliev might have a little bit too much um, hand and pronator for Paul Lynn, but interesting enough, John Brzenk directly after he pulled Zoliev, because I was in his corner. So I asked him how'd he feel, and his answer was he felt a lot like Paul Lynn. Really pretty strong on the inside, but the hand is vulnerable. And I'm like, oh, interesting. So he did compare the two. So maybe it's a good match. I would assume that uh, Zoliev has a little too much hand, though. Hey, what's up, Pronator Saurus Tricepsis? I like the name. Can you talk about how you ended up in Sweden? Yeah, so one of my good friends, Emil Ekstrom, who I met at Worlds WAF 2016. Usually we visit each other. He comes to Florida, I go to Sweden, but because of COVID, the last 2 years we haven't been able to do that. So I needed to spend some time in Sweden anyways, so I could make up for lost time. And I decided, well, why not make it a training camp and stay out here for 3 months or so. So the original plan was 3 months. It ended up being 2.5 months just because I have to get back to the States for my match against Todd Hutchings. And I wasn't able to come a little earlier due to some personal stuff going on at home. So um, I'm in Sweden now just to make sure that I'm running a training camp, and will keeps me um, really on top of everything. I make sure that he stays eating a lot of food because obviously I'm good at eating food. No surprise there. And he makes sure that I'm in the gym, not missing any reps, not missing any workouts. Just he's making sure that I'm training hard because that's a big purpose of the trip. Of course, it is kind of a vacation, but there's no reason I shouldn't be pushing myself while I'm here. Who was the most impressive polar you met? It depends how you want to look at that question, Thomas. Thank you for the question. I would say like John Brzenk, of course, is the most impressive puller of all time. Like just based off of his career, what he's done. There's a reason he's the GOAT. And obviously, not only have I met him, but I pulled with him. And so he is for sure the most impressive person that I ever, or I should say, most impressive arm wrestler that I've met. But if you're talking about just specifically at this event, I'm not too sure. Maybe Gennady or Hermes would have been the most impressive or the strongest polar that was at the event, Thomas. But thank you for the question. How's it going? It's good. Thank you, Northern Explorer, for hopping in. I appreciate it. How long have you been arm wrestling now? So in April, it will have been 7 years. So just coming up short of 7 years. I started April of 2015. So yeah, it's flown by really. It almost feels as if I'm still the new guy in arm wrestling, but that's not really the case anymore. I'm starting to be one of the guys that has been around for a decent amount of time. So um yeah, it's interesting. Just because all the top guys in North America at least have been around for like 20 plus years. So seven is a lot to a lot of people. It's probably more than most people, but it's not as much as all the top guys in North America. Arm wrestling opinion: Chafee versus Gennady 2. Who you got? It's a really interesting match. Gennady is looking really, really strong, really in shape. It looks like he knocked off the rust with his match with Michael, obviously, and after he lost to Hermes. So it looks like Gennady's ready. Chafee also is looking pretty strong and ready. Obviously, he lost to Levon, but I don't think anyone thinks Gennady's quite at Levon's level anymore. So um, I think it's an interesting match. I think it'll end with the same score as last time, which is Chafee 4-2 over Gennady. Yo, what's up, Marcus? Thanks for hanging out, buddy. Daniel Urich, what is up, buddy? Good to see you. Good to see you. Think Ron Bath got ripped off. Yeah, so I definitely think that there was some questionable calls on Ron. I think Ron and Zurab had a crazy match. It was a really, really good match. And it's kind of too bad that it ended the way that it did. I mean, ending with a what was it, a foul in losing position, which was called the loss. I don't think so. I didn't think that it looked like a losing position. Engin and Giannis didn't think that it looked like it was in a losing position. So it was really interesting call. Also, a pin that Zurab had, the down ref called no pin, and then the head ref called a pin. Obviously, because it's on the down ref side, he should be the one making the call as far as the pin was concerned. So it was a little bit interesting of a call. Like I said, personally, I think that they shouldn't have called it that. It should have just been an elbow foul. It should have restarted, and we should have been able to see another nice, strong war. Because what a legendary match to end the way that it did. Cool. Thanks for the response. Was curious how you ended up there. Greetings from the closest country, Norway. Ah, okay. So I think I might be going to Norway for the Hardanger Open. I may or not be there, may or may not be there. So no promises. But if I end up being there and you're also going to be at that event, make sure you come and say what's up. You did great, man. You look really strong, just a notch below. Good inside power. Thank you, Keyless. Yeah. I was a little surprised. Well, of course, besides the fact that I lost because I wasn't going to lose. This was the best version of me. I have no excuses. But I was a little surprised that I was the one stronger inside and I was going outside. I kind of expected the opposite. I expected Sanders to be trying to force the inside move and me staying outside. So it was a little unexpected, but I think that even though I lost, I showed that power wise, strength wise, I am on that level of able to hang with the big boys. Sanders placed he won Europeans at 110 kilos. So not super, but he's still the second heaviest weight class. Big, strong guy. I was able to deal with the speed. I was able to deal with the versatility. Sanders was expecting to go in and be able to top roll me, hook me, and press me. And I kept him to one really limited lane. So I was really happy I was able to at least do that. Obviously, I wish I kept my elbow down that first round on the straps. I had him just this far above the pin. My elbow popped up. I guess I haven't seen the video yet, unfortunately. I believe it was a good call, and yeah, obviously that cost me not only getting one pin, which would have been nice to have some momentum, but it would have been nice to, of course, win the stake as well. So, a little disappointed, but I know now what I need to work on, which, in my opinion, I need a bit more cupping and I need a bit more pronator. So, just have to keep working on those. I've been working on those a bit, but clearly I need to put them in bigger focus and come back stronger next time. But I'm happy that I didn't get steamrolled like most Europeans expected me to. I at least proved that I'm there. I'm just a little bit below. I have some things to work on. Devin Lorette versus Levon. Who do you think will win? If it's straight up, who do I think will win? I think Levon has to be the favorite. But in a shutout, I think it's very possible Devin can win one. It's hard to know. Um, it really is hard to know. Devin, the rules favor him in my opinion. Um, over 6 rounds, Devin is really hard to 6-0 because he has such great endurance. Devin is really good at fatiguing his opponents, at attacking different angles to tire them out. And so I definitely don't think he can win the first 2 rounds. I think that's for sure out. And after round 3 is where it possibly gets interesting. It's very possible Levon is just so strong, he goes straight sideways at 6-0. But I also think that there's a lane there where Devin can sneak out the win. Brandon, thank you. Brandon Mosta, you beast. Thank you. Longtime fan. Thank you, Bob Von Hayden, for stopping by. Do you truly think that the Hutchings has the power? He technical, but I think you have more overall strength. Bob, I think it might be the exact opposite. In my opinion, I think that technical ability on an arm wrestling table, I might have a little more tools than Hutchings, but power wise, I think that there's quite a gap. I think if I hook Hutchings, it's going to be it's going to be as if Hutchings was pulling Lachlan or Tsonev, which is just straight through them. So I don't think that I have more overall strength than Hutchings, but I do think that I have some more technical options and movements on the table. So it'll be interesting. For those of you who don't know, I do pull Todd Hutchings on April 2nd. Todd should be a heavy favorite. But I think that Todd, stylistically at least, is an easier opponent for me than Sanders is. What's up, Chance Beast Shaw? Thanks for stopping by. Good to see you again. Ron Bath getting ripped or not, that was a super fun match to watch. Oh, yeah, that was by far the most entertaining match on the card. I did not expect it to be such close wars. Ron seemed like he had more overall strength. Zurab had a little bit better endurance. And because his short arm and his really strong bicep, they were able to make it a crazy match. So that was super entertaining. If you guys didn't buy the pay-per-view, which I hope everyone in here bought the pay-per-view, but Engin will be releasing all the matches over on his channel. So if you're not subscribed to Engin Terzi on Facebook or on YouTube, make sure you go and subscribe to him. He's going to be putting out all the matches. He already released the Michael Todd Gennady match as well as the John Brzenk and Zoliev match. Going to Hardanger Open, we'll say hello for sure. If you come over here, it would be super cool to do some after pulls with some of our supers. Yeah, I won't be competing if I'm able to go. I'll just be practicing and watching and hanging out. So I'll definitely do some after pulls. Pronator. Yo, pancake performance enhancing pancakes. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. What's up, buddy? Sorry I didn't win, but you proved he wasn't gonna hook you. Yeah. Obviously I'm not satisfied that I didn't win, but I am at least satisfied in the way that I was able to force him into one lane and make him work. So I have some work to do, but I proved that I'm not too far too far out. Yo, what's up, Robert Schidler? Joel Cagle, what's up? What's up? Thanks for your opinion. I'm 16, been arm wrestling for 2 years. Hope someday to meet you. Yeah, dude. Anytime, Northern Explorer. If I'm ever in your area, just hit me up on Facebook or Instagram or whatever social media is easiest. I'm happy to train with anyone. Which competitor at East versus West would give you the hardest match in Warzone? In Warzone. Uh yeah, that's an interesting question. I don't know if anyone there gamed. I have no idea. I don't. I'm gonna go by age, and I know Tobias doesn't game, so maybe either Morozov or Schoolboy, I guess, just because they're the two youngest. Um, yeah, maybe I don't know. Devin versus Levon. It's like final of World Cup. Everyone waits the epic match. Yeah, exactly. Yo, got a super chat. Thank you, JMania82. I really appreciate the $5 super chat. It means a lot to me, so thank you. Hey, sup, Chance. Just wanted to say that you look strong the second your match. I really appreciate that, Jay. I can't wait to see your next match and see you keep getting dominant. I appreciate that, Jay. Yeah, I'm obviously I'm pushing myself. Uh I'm taking on hard matches. Obviously, I just had Sandras and I'm coming up on Todd Hutchings April 2nd. So I'm training, I'm getting stronger. Every week I'm just improving on my weak spots and getting stronger in my strong spots. So overall, I'm improving and I'm excited to see what I can do moving forward. By the way, guys, if you're in here, make sure you drop a like, and if you're not subscribed, subscribe. It really helps me out. It means a lot. Over the last few days from the East versus West, obviously I posted a lot of the after pulling stuff. I got like 800, 900 subscribers. So really, really thank you to everyone, the long time subscribers, the new subscribers. I really appreciate you being here, and thank you everyone for the 7,000 subscriber mark as well. That's huge, because when I got to Sweden I was at 6,000, so over 1,000 subs gained in a month, which is huge for me. So thanks everyone. What was the hardest part of Sandras' game made him so difficult? Sandras's pronator was a little bit too strong for me to cup over, and his pronator, when he's pronating, it was also hard for me to pronate. So if it, I don't know how it looked, but what it felt like is we're center of the table, right? And he's pulling this way, which is putting the pressure on my wrist, and I can hold it. But I can't cup and I can't pronate. So I'm really just stuck here holding. And I try to drive sideways. I crack my own wrist a little bit, and then I end up giving that first match. And after that, I did the same thing basically the second match, because I tried to hook and it didn't work. So I came here, and then the same thing. My wrist cracked a little bit more that time. My forearm got blown up. Then the third match, my forearm was toast. I don't know if you noticed, I didn't have anything this way. So I slipped down, and my plan was to try to jam in, but I tried and it wasn't going anywhere. So yeah, Sanders just had a superior hand in pronator, I would say. Thoughts on Derek versus Corey? I think Derek should leapfrog him in the arm wrestling top dogs at this point. Not that Hutchins, so that match will happen when it happens, Josiah. If you got the pay-per-view, Core Sports has the whole event up to watch. Awesome. There you go, guys. If you have the pay-per-view, you can watch it on Core Sports. But even if you don't, you'll be able to watch the matches over on Engin Terzi's YouTube. Hello. I wish I could read your name with the cat profile picture, but unfortunately, I don't know what language that's in. So, but thank you for stopping by. It's only the beginning. You're just 23. Let's make another one on wrestling history. Yeah, thanks. Beast. How many lanes do you feel confident pulling in? I feel confident. I feel comfortable, I should say, in all my different lanes. If you watched the match this weekend, you saw I was trying to top roll. I hooked. I can press. It's not usually a go-to. If someone puts me there, I can. If someone flop presses me, I'm good. I feel comfortable everywhere as long as I can access power. So if you keep me from being able to hook or being able to control the top roll, of course, you're controlling the match. But I feel pretty good anywhere on the arm wrestling table. Was it Sanders' back pressure rise that negated your ace? I would say it was more his cup and pronator. The rise, he wasn't rising too much. I feel like I had a little bit of the knuckle advantage as far as knuckle height, so I don't feel like it was the rise that was the problem as much. And the back pressure didn't seem to be going too much. I think if he pulled more back pressure, his wrist would crack, just like mine would have cracked if I did. Thumbs up, guys. Thank you, B-Rad. Yeah, drop some thumbs up. We're at 99 watching. One more, we're at 100. So thank you, everyone. And there's the 100. Thank you, everyone, for stopping by. Again, if you're not subscribed, make sure you hit subscribe. If you haven't liked, make sure you like. And I really appreciate everyone hanging out. Do you think Todd could beat Prudnik at this point? KOTT rules. I definitely think it's possible. I would really be interested to see Todd Hutchings and Prudnik have a super match. I would really be interested to see Irakli have a super match with either of those two as well. It'd almost be nice to put those three and John Brzenk in a four-way and have like Irakli and Todd and Prudnik and John, and just have everyone pull everyone. It'd be pretty interesting to me. Do I think Todd could beat Prudnik? I think it's possible. I hope to see you get invited to King of the Table 3 or 4, and wondering, have you gotten any calls? Yeah, Jay. So I don't think I would be allowed to talk about it, but as of now, I have not got any calls to pull in anything. So the only things I have coming up is Todd Hutchings April 2nd, and then Brendan Lemon Mulvihill out of Canada in June 6th, June 4th, June 6th, something like that. But no major promotions have reached out to me. Make sure to likes push these videos. Yes, thank you, Daniel Urick. I appreciate that. Give me 1 second here. Yeah, as of now, we are at 34 likes, guys. 111 of you guys watching. Make sure you drop a like. So thank you. Hello from Denmark. Hello, Karina. Thank you for stopping by. Do you think Sanders beats Todzilla? That's an interesting question. From what I felt from Sanders, I don't believe so. But I haven't pulled Todd in a long time, so it's hard for me to compare the two, Joel. I think I would have a better answer for you come April 2nd after I've pulled with Todzilla. Interesting. Hermes and Arif were asked the same thing. Do you think Sanders beats Todd? And they were both very confident in their answer. They're like, oh yeah, Sanders will top roll Todd, no problem. So that's interesting. But again, I personally would think that Todd would win. But after April 2nd, I'll give you a better answer to that. Michael Todd. Oh, I lost where I was. Michael Todd seems to do great in practice, looks great, then gets on the table and loses 3-0. Yeah, I think that there were some technical errors in Michael's game. And I think Gennady pulled phenomenal, and he looked extremely strong and prepared for this match. So I think that, again, I think Michael could have maybe made a couple little adjustments that could have changed things, but also Gennady just looked really, really impressive. I think he knocked off the dust and rust, and after losing to Hermes, and came in very prepared for this. Honestly, was really impressed with your performance, Chance. Thank you, the 9th. You surprised all the Europeans, and during the live commentary with Engin, Coach Ray, and Giannis, they were impressed and said good things. Well, that's really nice to hear that they had some nice things to say the 9th. And I'm glad I could show you. Like I said, I believe that after that match, I showed a lot of the Eastern Europeans that although I'm not quite there yet, that I'm close. I'm not too far off. This wasn't a complete mismatch, and my power is there. I just need to work on a few other things. Any thoughts on the next match? Like a new match? Because my thoughts on my match with Todd Hutchings right now, because that's my next match, is I need to get strong and I need to hit hard and fast outside. Because if I try to go anywhere near that man inside, I'm going to get rocked. So yeah, my thoughts right now, hard, fast, outside. I think that's obvious though. Not in a hook, but could Sanders keep Todd from hooking him? Again, maybe. It's possible. I don't know. But Todd doesn't need to hook. Todd just needs to, if his hand is taken, he needs to jam. And once he's jammed, he can drive through his palm and go sideways. Have you practiced with some European? In the past, I have Fake the Boss. Of course, I practice with most people in Sweden, but in the past, I have. And this weekend, I just pulled with Jordan Tsonev on the left. I couldn't do any after pulling right-handed. Irakli versus Shaw. No, Irakli would probably kill me right now. You'll pull tournament after you pull your super match with Todd? Probably not. Arm wrestling opinion, probably not. You think Todd matches up better with Irakli than he did Zoliev? I do think so. Yes. Their style of top rolling is a little different. Irakli seems to do more of an open top roll like this, where Zoliev like hits back and side a bit more from what I've seen. So I think it's a little different. In the EU, there are aspects of the old tutoring the young. Could you start ever being strongly adopted in the US for it? Instance, if Todd took 2 to 3 guys under his wing and coach and train them. I mean, Todd kind of offers all of his advice through his YouTube channel, which, by the way, if you guys are not subscribed to Todd Hutchings, check out his YouTube channel. It's just Todd Hutchings. So I think if any younger guys wanted to reach out to Todd or to any of the top guys, they can offer coaching. Irakli lacks frame. I mean, Irakli's not a small guy by any means. I think that maybe like 220 or 100 kilos might be kind of the peak for him where he's still like really good for his weight. But who knows? Maybe he's the type of guy that responds really well to putting on extra weight and ends up being a good super in the future. It's hard to know. He was a 75 kilo puller or 85 kilo puller, and now he's 90, 95, and I think he's done well with the weight. 10,000 likes and he will pull Levon. Yeah, guys, 10,000 likes. No, not actually. But thanks, Daniel Urich, for pushing the likes. We're at 54 likes. I appreciate it. 137 watching. Again, make sure you hit that like button and drop a comment, say what's up, and subscribe while you're here, right? Thank you. Do you think people are underestimating Devin? I hear a lot rank him like 4th, 5th, or even lower. No, Kay Luger, I don't necessarily I don't think people are underestimating him. It's just hard to place him because Devin hasn't pulled Levon, Vitali, Kredecha, or Hermes. So really, everyone is guessing where he belongs between 1 and 5. All we know for sure is that he's over Dave and Michael, in my opinion. Are you coming to Wichita or Hutchinson, Kansas anytime soon? Typically I would try to make the Kansas City NatFit Open event that Brian Kerner puts on, but I believe that is the same day that I fly home. So this time I won't be there, but Brian Kerner and Ryan Johnson out of Kansas City always put on great events, and I typically get invited to those, Mind Muscle Mobility, so it's possible that I'll be out there this year. Hey, Chance, where do you think you can improve on even if you're already at a high level? Me personally, I think cup and pronation is my 2 biggest weak points. Caleb, I was very surprised that Gennady won. I had Michael winning that, but again, Gennady came in really strong, really powerful, and Michael, in my opinion, I'm not Michael, so Michael knows himself better than me, but in my opinion, I think there were some technical errors that Michael made. Fantastic match, Chance. The first round was a banger. Thank you, Levon Gasparini. I appreciate that. Will cup and pronator be your main focus for Todd match so he doesn't put you on your bicep like Lachlan? Well, I don't necessarily think I'll need to focus cup as much as I will pronator. Keyless. A lot of it's going to be like rise and pronation, and even back pressure. So like, here. Because if I can just, number 1, get Todd's wrist back, and number 2, pull his arm a little so he has less to jam. Because the thing with Todd is even if you jam his wrist, he can still push in and drive through sideways. So the thing is I want to not only crack his wrist, hopefully keep it outside of his shoulder and keep him extended. So even if he turns, his tricep isn't engaged, right? So this is how my tricep is now. If I just crack the wrist and he can engage, this is how the tricep is. So it's still pushing towards the winning side. So in my opinion, that's a big key on how to pull Todd Hutchings. Oh, I lost some stuff. Sorry if I skip anyone's comment. I accidentally scrolled too far. What's up, Bobby? Who's Sweden's top arm wrestler? That would be Tobias Sporrong. Are you going to try to top roll with more shoulder commitment against Todd to block the side pressure? I think I just covered that question a little bit. Toddzilla versus Irakli would be a killer match. Yeah, I agree, Timothy. Like I said, I think Toddzilla versus Irakli, Toddzilla versus Prudnik, Irakli versus Prudnik, any of those were good. Hi, Chance. Love to see you live. Thank you, Marcel. I appreciate that. Wish you all the best for the future. I'm sure you will reach your goals. Keep going and stay safe. Can you advise me as a beginner more table time or gym time? Marcel, I think it varies person to person. Being stronger will never hurt you, but learning how to apply the strength is the most important thing in my opinion. So if you're still new, if you still need to learn arm wrestling, my two biggest pieces of advice are watch someone who you want to imitate arm wrestling. So someone with a similar frame, similar hand size, things like this. Watch them arm wrestle. If you like their style, study it. Find out why they do what they do, what angles they're hitting, where they're strong, where they're weak, and try to figure out what you need to do on the table, and then go and apply it as much as possible. So study and table time. Now, once you kind of have everything figured it out, then it shifts to gym time being more important. I don't share the same views of Todd Hutchings, where you don't really need the arm wrestling to do arm wrestling practice, but once every couple months or once every month. I still think you should keep up with it weekly. Maybe my opinion will change in the future, but I like to make sure everything stays fresh on the table. You're always comfortable, and you can try new things once you get comfortable in certain areas. RVJ not pulling bone has been postponed. Yes, I saw that, Jason McManus. Feel like you can beat Todd. If you can beat Toddzilla, you're number 3 in North America. Bobby, I would say my personal rank would be, it would still be Devin, Michael, Dave, Todd is 4, and Jerry is 5. This is my opinion. Now, Jerry beat Todd last time, so if you put Jerry over Todd, I respect the opinion. I just haven't seen enough out of Jerry in the last 3 years to know where he's at. I know that the Jerry that I pulled, even though it was practice, is not beating Todd Hutchings. But anyways, thank you for that. Where am I? Yeah, Irakli 105 now. Wow, that's huge. Where was I? Did you after pull much? No, I did not. The 9th, just a little left-handed. Coach Ray, what's up? Coach Ray the Terrible, what's up, Chance? You did right going over to Europe to train. You should go with Giannis and Latvian. So I'm going to try. I'm not sure I have time this trip, but I really would like to get up there because plane tickets are like 15, 20 bucks and hotels are super cheap in Latvia. I already talked to them. They'd be up for having me. I just have to make sure that the time works, but I am going to try to get out there and train with them. You think Denis Saplinkov will come back for arm wrestling? So in the King of the Table email, when they're selling the pay-per-view, they mentioned the comeback of Denis Saplinkov. So I believe he will be arm wrestling at one of the King of the Table events. I don't know who he'll pull. I don't know any details, but that was in the email. How did you do in your match? I lost, Mr. Smith. But if you haven't seen it, it is available on Core Sports, of course, if you buy the pay-per-view. If not, it'll be released on Engin Terzi's channel in the next few days. Is Vovoda on a comeback? I haven't heard anything about that. Oh, we got a $5 super chat. Thank you very much, Henry Sell, for the $5 super chat. I really, really appreciate it. Hope you're doing good. What's your top 5 right now? Is Devin there? Yeah, so I'll make a video talking about my top 10 where I really sit down and I think and I write it down and I move things around and I put a lot of thought into it. But off the top of my head, it goes, at the moment, until, of course, some matches happen, we're going to go Levon, Vitali, Devin. And then this is where it's like, I don't really know. I'm going to put, in my opinion, Alex Hermes. Okay. I know Michael might be somewhere there, but Michael lost to Gennady. Gennady lost to Hermes. It gets a little confusing, but that's probably my top 5. So again, Levon, Vitali, Devin, Alex, Hermes. And some people might argue that Alex is over Devin. It's very possible. Some people might argue that Devin is above Vitaly. Again, that's also possible, but it's hard to know until we see some more matches. Can't believe Bone thinks he has a chance with Engin. Engin would roll him easy. What do you think about Sanders Sedis? Sanders is really versatile. That's true. I think that he's much better outside than he is inside, based off of what I felt. And but he's very fast. He's very good everywhere. He's comfortable everywhere, making adjustments. He's a great athlete, and he was a nice guy. Hey, Chance, you really think you have any chance at Todd? Stizzy, I will say, stylistically, Todd Hutchings is an easier match than Sanders. I'm not saying that he is an easier match. I'm saying stylistically he is. So I think with Todd, I'll at least be able to access where I feel strong. And then we'll see if I have enough to push Todd out of his shoulder or to separate Todd from his hand from his shoulder and prevent him from jamming. It's very possible that he throws me right to the pad, though, which I think should be what is going to happen in most people's mind based off of Todd's performance and my performance. I think that's fair. How tall are you? You're a good bit taller than Toddzilla, right? I'm not exactly sure how tall Toddzilla is, but I'm 6 foot tall or 183 centimeters. What arm wrestler do you try and model yourself after? When I was first starting, I was strictly just a low hand top roller, and that's because Matt Mask reached out to me on Facebook, sent me some videos, and taught me how to top roll. Shaw, you look great. Thank you, Travis. I appreciate it. Not far from the Europeans. Yeah, I agree. I'm not too far. It's very possible I'm approaching that level. It might be 6 months. It might be a year. Who knows? But I am training, getting stronger. This hasn't stopped me. This hasn't put me in a mindset where like, oh, I'm not that good or anything like that. It's just motivated me to get stronger, train harder, eat more, get bigger, just do everything that I can to be a better arm wrestler. By the way, we have 189 people watching, almost 200 viewers. Really appreciate that, everyone. While you're in here, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe because you're here already, right? And feel free to also drop a comment and ask me any questions. I'm answering anything. I'd like to mostly keep it East versus West, but I'll answer any questions. 198. We're already 203. Okay, we're almost at, or we're over 200 viewers. So thank you, everyone. Last time it was Todd versus Dave. It was on a practice pool. Was pinning Dave. Yes, but Todd was rested and Dave wasn't, from what I understand. I'm not saying that wouldn't happen, but a few weeks before that, Dave was rolling through him, and I think that was when they were both fresh. Chance. Oh no, I lost where I was. Where was I? Oh, here. Chance, my friend, can't explain to. When I see you practice pull, I see you touch your bicep elbow. What's up with it? So I don't have any injuries or anything. If you're talking about when I pulled Tsonev, I just pulled a little and it's really tender. So sometimes I mean, always I listen to my body. So if I pull a little and it feels tender, I'll just press on it a little, see how tender it is. And then I decide, yes, I'll pull. No, I won't pull. So I decided, let's be smart. Let's not get any injuries after pulling. So I'll stop right and I'll just pull left. My left's not very good, but I do have a super match in June. So it'll be trained. It'll be more trained than it has in the past. When I see you practice pull, oh no, I just read that. What's up, Kenny? Hey, Chance, still waiting for a left-hand match. Kenny, come get it. Remember me, Chance? Alan, I told you what's going to happen, but never mind. Just need to work. All the best wish. Good luck. Hey, Alan, so you said I was going to get steamrolled, I believe, and I'm pretty confident that I didn't. So what's your next match? April 2nd, I'm pulling Todd Hutchings. Are you thinking of getting bigger? Yeah, why not? I'll get bigger. Do you need something? No? Okay. That you were late when it's almost like an hour late and it was practice. Yeah. I don't know why. I don't know what your obsession is with Jerry Cataract. You always like to talk about him so much, but Jerry showed up. The Jerry that showed up at practice is not capable of pinning Todd Hutchings. This is a practice, not a trained Jerry. I'm just saying from the information that I have, Jerry's not capable of beating Todd Hutchings. This is what almost a year ago, 10 months ago, that happened. So a lot can change in 10 months. But I was like 18 minutes late, first of all. Even if I was an hour late, the first guy he pulled was Daniel Price, who Daniel is good, but he's like 10th in Florida. And again, Daniel is good. He's getting better. I don't want to talk bad about Daniel at all, but he's only a couple years in, and he can pull with me for 3 hours, and I want to pin him every single time. So the fact that he gave Jerry a war says a lot. Yo, what's up, Patrick Downis? Shaw versus Schoolboy. I'd pull Schoolboy. I don't think Alex would allow it. I don't think it's the right time, but yeah, I'd love to pull Alexander. He's a nice guy. I didn't talk to him much, but I talked to him a little, and yeah, he's a nice guy. Devin versus Levon. Yeah, I talked about this a little. I think Devin has a chance in over 6 rounds. It's hard to 6-0 Devin, but Levon should be the favorite. Don't be surprised if Devin sneaks something out, though. Feel that Todd has only one lane and he trains to bring you in his lane. Yeah, that's true. Who do you think would be a good first match back for Dennis? I was thinking about that. I was thinking, what about John? That'd be pretty cool, right? I don't know. Jerry strongly, dude, Mr. Smith, calm down. Great answer. Kudos, sir. Thank you, Stizzy. Good question, Alex. When is your next match? April 2nd, Todd Hutchings. Where am I? Holy, I'm pretty far behind. Sorry, I'm going to try to catch up. I'll skim over some stuff. Proud of you, man. Thank you, Adam. Do you still want to match with Jerry after losing to Sanders? Yeah, because Jerry doesn't have a top roll. So clearly I felt fine inside. But yeah, of course I'd still pull Jerry. I honestly believe right now the top 5 are Levon, Alex Vitali, Hermes Gennady. Maybe only Dave could be part of it. Yeah, I think putting Dave above Devin is like, I understand why Europeans might believe that, but Devin is above Dave for sure. Why is it so hard to find the results of the matches? Because it's not public, but Pradeep did put out a video. If anyone wants to know the results of the matches, Pradeep put out a video on that. So go to Arm Wrestling News. Georgians and their fondness of their team chemist is perhaps a glimpse of the cause why Europeans who pull at the highest level have such short careers in comparison. Yeah, it's possible. Coliseum Arm Wrestling. Khaled versus Larry. I got to grip up with both of them. I think Larry should win pretty easy. Yo, bro, I want to face you one-on-one. All right, Monier, just show up at a practice or something, and I'll pull you. No problem. Way to represent, made a showing, forcing that hook. Round 1 was sick. Thank you, Jay Steady. I appreciate that. Do you aim to close gaps on your game or just master one move? Like I covered a little earlier, I'm definitely comfortable everywhere. So of course I want to get stronger everywhere across the board, but I'm always going to have the ace move. I'm always going to have my go-to. And if that fails or mid-match, I want to try something different, I can. Of course, you saw round 1 against Sanders. I hooked. I'm not a hook puller, but it's good to have options. But again, I am going to focus on my one move. You have plenty of years to dominate. Your performance against Sanders was spectacular, even though you didn't win. Aren't you 2023? Yes, I'm 23. Thank you, JC Carter. Nation for the kind words. Ashley Cooper, hi from London. Chance, did you manage to speak to Ron after his loss? How does he feel about that last round? Yeah, I was sitting with Ron, John, Michael, Brita, Herman, all the Americans. We're all sitting together. Ron felt that it wasn't the right call. Engin and Giannis felt like it wasn't the right call. I think everyone there felt like it wasn't the right call. So it was a bit questionable. Ron was exhausted, though. He was like, man, Zurab has a really strong bicep. So he didn't have anything negative to say by any means about Zurab. He said it was a questionable call, and I totally agree. Hey, Chance, when do you think would win, and who do you think would win between John and Engin? That's a hard call. I think Engin is going to surprise some people, but I have to favor John. 150 likes, and it'll tell us why there is either pumpkins or balloons on the bed. Did something get kinky? Mate, I don't know, Daniel. I can't answer that question unless we hit 150 likes. We're at 239 viewers, 113 likes. Make sure you smash the like button. I really appreciate it. While you're here, drop a sub. That's also highly appreciated. And ask me a question. I'm trying to answer everything. I know I'm falling a little bit behind, but I like to give every question an answer. Are there any Europeans you're interested in having a match or grip up with? This is an interesting question. I was trying to think, what if Engin invites me to East versus West 3 and he says, Chance, who do you want to pull? I don't know who I want to pull. So I have to really put some good thought into that. I definitely want to pull more Europeans. I have no problem really pulling WAF rules. You'll notice I fouled, I think, twice elbow fouls, but I didn't foul out of a match a single time. I didn't have any issues with the setup. I didn't have any issues with speed or anything like that. So I'm more than happy to pull Europeans in Europe with WAF rules. I just don't know who yet. Wait, Chance, what's up? Bright CO9, good to see you in here again. Appreciate you stopping by. Your honest opinion, big version, Devin versus Hermes right now. Who wins and why? Devin wins. Hermes controls the hand a little bit, tries to go sideways. Devin pronates a little bit, keeps Hermes wrist flat. Hermes fatigues and Devin ends up winning. Maybe Hermes wins round 1, maybe round 2. Devin for sure gets at least 4 wins. That's my prediction at the moment. People still talking about Jerry Cataract practice pool shows that there's enough interest for a super match. Yeah, I agree, Timmy, because I don't bring it up really, but everyone else likes to. The key to beating Todd is out there. Yeah, I agree. Yo, we got a $2 super chat from Power Rangers. I really appreciate the super chats. It really helps support me and support the channel. And it keeps me arm wrestling and training. So I really appreciate that $2 super chat. Ron got robbed. I think you're right. I think that last call in that third round was the fifth round was the most questionable, but there was also another pin called by the head ref when the down ref was the one, and he said no pin. So that was also a questionable call. But what are you going to do? Stuff happens. Still a legendary match. And as far as I know, there was no win bonus on the line or anything. So I'm just happy we got to see an amazing match. Michael Todd versus Brzenk, who would win now? Seems to me John is leveling up. Michael Todd should still be the favorite, but I don't think I think it's an interesting super match, Jay. Should have showed up on time and before the practice. Dude, Mr. Smith, why are you obsessed with Jerry? Why? It's very weird. You keep talking about him. The fact is the fact. Yes, it was practice. Do you show up to practice and then let everyone pin you? I mean, maybe, but typically when you're someone like Jerry and you go to practice somewhere, you try to pin everyone. Jerry also tried to pin everyone in Texas, and he couldn't pin Robbie Burnett. They invited Robbie Burnett just to pin him, just to show like, hey, look, Chance, I pinned Robbie and Robbie pinned you, but then he couldn't pin Robbie Burnett. Robbie held him. So I don't know. I guess the whole point of this is, why do you keep bringing up Jerry? Jerry was not that strong 10 months ago. I'm not saying that today he's not strong. Jerry wants to get paid, then accept money from a promoter. I don't know what to tell you. How about Ron Bath match? What a war. Yeah, absolutely. Where do you put yourself in the rankings, Chance? In North America, super heavyweights, I'm 9th. Which it goes Devin, Michael, Dave, Todd, Derek, Tim, Corey, Wayne, me, and then Aiello's 10. If you're wondering where Mask is or where Marcio is, they're 242 ranked. Or John, he is 220 ranked. You should try European tournaments at some point to see where you are. If you just stay in America, that won't tell where you are compared to Europeans. Yeah, like I said, I'm definitely not opposed to it. But what you guys got to remember is I am a full-time arm wrestler, meaning all my money comes from arm wrestling and social media. And I don't make very much money, basically. So while I'm in Sweden, I can do some stuff around here. Luckily, I'm living with a friend, so my cost is very, very low. But for me to fly from the US to Europe for a tournament that pays no money, with no sponsors, with nothing, is just unrealistic for me at the moment. But in the future, I definitely like to. You should. How much stronger did you feel Tsonev at the side table? I only pulled him left, Mitko, so, and my left's not that good, so it's hard for me to give you an answer. Who do you think stylistically you have a best chance against, Derek or Corey? Sheesh, both of those are tough stylistic matches. Probably Corey. Both Derek and Corey, I think, can shut down my top roll. But I think I can stay in like a pronated hook position With Corey, maybe a little easier. Just because Derek is so much taller, I think he'll be able to control that a little easier. But who knows? I think they're both really tough matches, stylistically, especially. How's your opinion on Chafee versus Hermes? That's a match I really want to see is Chafee versus Hermes. I think that's the match to really see, and I think it's a coin flip. Dennis versus Jerry, double comeback. Yeah, maybe. Be red. Have you made any big bucks from the staking? As in you betting on others? Oh, I was gonna say because staking only the winner gets paid at the stake, so I didn't make any money on stakings. And I only bet on myself, so I didn't. I didn't make any money. I lost money. But usually only bet like $25, and then I bet on Hermes beating Gennady, and then I bet on Todd beating Lachlan, and then I bet on Derek beating Tim. So I won 3 in a row, and then the fourth one was mine. So I bet like a little over 100 on myself, but it was really only 25. Where's Michael Todd ranked after Gennady loss? In my opinion, under Gennady, under Hermes, under Alex Kredecha, under Levon Vitali, Devin. I don't know. What does that put him like 8th or something? Yo, what's up, Michael? Hey, Chance told you that Gennady's going to beat Michael Todd long ago. Devin is going to lose 6-0 to Levon too. Hey, remind me after the match. Maybe it happens. I think that there's a chance that that does happen. I definitely can't argue that there's no chance that that happens, but I really think it's hard to say there's no chance that Devin can't sneak a win in there. This guy's everywhere. Yeah, what's up, Jordan Landry? Good to see you, buddy. If Devin, by some miracle, beats Levon, what does this mean for John? John has swept everyone except for Devin, so maybe he isn't as bad off as people think. I mean, John just beat the second best pound for pound arm wrestler of all time convincingly 3-0. So if someone thinks that John is not an amazing arm wrestler still, they're crazy. I think that John still may be the best in his weight class at 100 kilos. At least he's in the conversation for it. The best in the world in his weight class at 59 years old. 57 years old. That's still really impressive. I'm new to arm wrestling training, still trying to beat my brother. He deadlifts 600 pounds and taller than me, 6'4", I'm 6'2". I'm trying to figure out what best technique fits for my frame. Bobby, what I would suggest, go around, look at arm wrestlers, watch arm wrestling, try to find someone that looks similar to you in their younger days and see how they arm wrestle and see what style they use and study that, try that, and see if that works for you. 1v1 me left only. Mr. Ship, you don't want this tugboat, buddy. Why were type 10 round 1 looks so promising, then it fell apart. Can you go into detail about your match? Yeah, Jens, I've kind of covered it. Sanders was able to control my pronator and my cup and didn't allow me access to inside and didn't allow me access to outside either. So he really controlled the match. He did really well. Had I not elbow fouled that first round, I think it's fair to say that I would have won in the hook. Had he hooked me again, I think it's fair to say that I was at least able to bang with him in the hook. I think that I could have pinned him in a hook, but it doesn't matter because he denied me access from that. Where are we? I think plenty of people forget how young you are, Chance. You have plenty of time to get better. Thank you. Right. See, yeah, I'm 23. So I have time. I have time. There's no rush. Of course, I want to be the best today and not tomorrow, but there's time. So I really appreciate that, Bright. Do you feel high expectations placed on you have affected you at all? George, I don't think so. I think it's pushed me, if anything. Hey, Chance, how do you feel about the new Minecraft update? Hey, Justin Ship, great question. I think the new Minecraft update, Caves and Cliffs, was a great update. It made the cave system very interesting. I'm really interested to see the new Warden mob entered. It got me back into playing Minecraft. What can I say? Thank you, Mr. Ship, for the very on topic question. Thanks, dude. Yeah, Ron looked spent. Yeah, he was exhausted. If you showed someone a picture of Zerb's pumped arm, people would say it's Photoshop. Dude, Timmy, it's crazy even in person. Can you be? Oh, I scrolled down too far. My apologies for talking crap about you, Chainsaw. You're quite inspiring figure. Thank you, Bad Girl Inc. I really appreciate it. Would Wayne Withers versus Sanders be a good match? I think Wayne is a terrible matchup for Sanders because he's so tall. I think he can control the outside, but maybe Sanders can jam it inside, and I think Sanders is stronger than Wayne inside. In my eyes, Irakli and Dedekin are too strong for John. Maybe, maybe not. It's hard to know. Since we haven't seen so much recently. What do you think about Ongarbayev? He's also strong. Yeah, Ongarbayev looks really strong. From what I understand, Ongarbayev doesn't move Morozov, and Morozov didn't move Prudnik. And then we saw Irakli giving Prudnik some issues and after pulling, so it's not perfect. So I think Irakli over Ongarbayev, in my opinion. Love you, Chance. Thank you, Telling Bigfoot. I have never seen a Sasquatch. I'm sorry. Can I beat Coach Ray? Who knows? Maybe I'll have to cut down to 90 kilos and pull Coach Ray. Hey, Bright C09, thank you for the 10 euro super chat. I really, really appreciate it, man. Like I said, I'm a full-time arm wrestler, so everything helps. It keeps me able to make content for you guys. It keeps me able to stay training, so I really, really appreciate that. Have a beer on me. Keep doing what you're doing. Thank you. I usually don't drink. I don't drink before matches. After this match, I think I'll have a couple drinks, and then I'll get back to no drinking. But just for you, since you sent me the money for a beer, I'll have a beer on you. So thank you, buddy. Where was I? Where about in Sweden are you staying? I lived in southern Sweden. I'm not going to try to pronounce that because I'm bad at pronouncing Swedish words. I live in Gävle right now, which is like an hour and a half north of Stockholm. Who do you think is the number one at 95 kilos right now? Timothy Turner. That's really hard to say at the moment. It could possibly be Zoliev. I think it could possibly be Sasho. I think it could possibly be Irakli or Dadakian. I think the best way to find out is you take the top 8 suspects and you don't run top 8 like you run top 8. You put them in a double elimination bracket tournament. You randomize the brackets and you see who turns out on top. Or you have a round robin. It's really hard to know though who the number one guy at 95 kilos is, because so many people are involved with different organizations, or someone's pulling WAF, someone's pulling PAL, someone is pulling super matches. It's confusing, Timothy. I'm really interested to know the answer to that though. Full Mongolian sumo. I swear you resemble many of the wrestlers in stature and general appearance. Thank you, Coliseum Arm Wrestling. Knowing Genghis Khan has over 10 million descendants. That's why I asked. Okay. Minecraft boys. Yeah. Hey, did he block your access to a hook? Keeping fingers through. Yeah. So the block to the hook was through pronator and back, right? He's just holding, maybe even a little rise, holding. So I can't, my cup or my supination is not strong enough to force it. So yes, he did. Chance, how amazing was it seeing Angie in person? Power couple run and Angie. Yeah. Angie's always super nice. I've seen her 4 or 5 times in person. She's always super, super nice. Ongarbayev, not Ungarbayev. Sorry for mistake. Yeah, I knew what you meant. I do not play Valorant. Sorry, Anil. Minecraft is awesome. I agree. I live in Orlando, starting practice when you're back. Lessons? Yeah, Todd, message me privately on Instagram or Facebook, and then we can talk about practice. Typically, I practice in DeLand, but if you're on the opposite side of Orlando, you're free to drive out to us and practice with us over there. If I'm free at home, you're free to drive to where I live. Or I can suggest you a team to practice with. Just depends where in Orlando you're at. What is the coolest trophy you've won so far? That would be the Golden Gorilla from Michigan State. It's a statue maybe this big. It's like 15 pounds, 20 pounds, something like that. It's just a really, really cool statue. Thoughts on Irakli? Dude's a beast for his weight class. Yeah, absolutely he is. I think Irakli is top 5 at 100 kilos, possibly as high as number 1, possibly as low as number 5, but I think he's right there, and I think he's only improving. And he plans on coming to the UK. Do you know much about the UK arm wrestling scene? Chris, I would love to come to the UK and pull with all the guys over there. I know a little bit about the UK scene. I don't know a ton, but I would love to travel to every country in the world and arm wrestle every club in the world because I love arm wrestling and I love meeting new people and seeing new places. So, yeah, I, if a promoter wants me there, I would go there. But again, because I'm full-time arm wrestling, I can't necessarily afford just to fly here, fly there, do all this. It might seem like I do, but I get really good deals and promoters are the ones taking care of me getting places. I did cover my own stuff for East versus West, but that's because I asked Engin to be on the card. Engin didn't ask me. And from Sweden, it's not too expensive. Was Irakli ducking and diving certain people in practice pool? I understand if you prefer not to say. No, I wouldn't say so. Chris, I wouldn't say Irakli was ducking or diving anyone. Would you take a super match against John? Mr. Tooth. Thank you, Mr. Ship, for the question. Yes, I would. I actually just trained with Mr. Tooth like a month ago. So it was good to see him. Bowen rematch win. All caps, 4 question marks, Jimmy asks. When Bowen wants to cough up the money, right? Get me out to Australia, I'll pull him, I guess. I really didn't want to. I still don't want to pull him, but like there's a number for everything. Larry versus Khaled has been confirmed at King Table 3. Are you hyped or disappointed with Larry's opponent? I'm excited. Larry needs to win a match. A lot of people know who Khaled is through Larry's social media. Everyone knows Larry, of course. So I'm not necessarily too interested in the outcome because I think that it'll be pretty easy for Larry, but I'm excited that we get to see Larry pull. Do comps pay the winners that are still also give out trophies? Some of them, Chris. Each competition is going to be different. Some of them pay out some decent money. Some don't pay out. Some pay out a little bit with a nice trophy. It all depends. How do you feel about Todd Hutchings style side pressure lifts? I think it's perfect for Todd Hutchings performance enhancing pancakes. You play Fortnite, it'll be cool to run some duos and talk arm wrestling. I did not play Fortnite. I played back like season 1, 2, and 3. I think I quit around there whenever the Omega skin was a thing because I had the battle pass and got level 100 or whatever and unlocked the full skin. But that's about the last time I played. I did play one game with an arm wrestler. I downloaded it. He carried me. We won a duo game and I uninstalled it because I wasn't having too much fun. But yeah, sorry. Will you be at Winter Blast? I will still be in Sweden for the Winter Blast. Great card though. Thoughts on Artem versus Uncle John? It's really hard. I would say Artem should be the favorite. He has more high level experience from what I've seen and more options. But I think it's a really good match. What were Maggie's funnest moments in Turkey? Carolyn, I'm not too sure. I would have to ask Maggie. We had a really nice view. I'm sure she really enjoyed that. The hotel room was overlooking the sea, and that was really nice. And we could see the sunset. It was beautiful. And we got to visit some nice restaurants and get some nice food. And overall, it was a fun trip. 4 days, but it was a really fun trip. Only 3.5-hour flight too. What's up, Mika? Thank you. What do you think about Strong of Gasparini? Chance you're the best. Diego, thank you for the question. Thank you for the compliment. What you think about Strong of Gasparini? I'm not sure I understand the question. I do think Hermes Gasparini is a very strong athlete and has a really, really strong pronation in hand. I think that the only type of athlete that Hermes is really going to struggle against is someone with a longer arm. Could you beat Neil Pickup? I know he's not active, was pretty good in his day. I would think I can beat Neil. I haven't seen him pull too much, though. So it's hard to say. Back in the day, Neil probably crushed me. Now, I'd like to think I can beat him, but that's just mostly because he isn't that active. We know that Devin now train, eat, watch Levon matches, play chess. What about you in the free time? How do you spend? Really, I train and eat. Spend time with Maggie, of course. But training and eating and watching arm wrestling is most of my stuff. I played a lot more video games when I was home, and I trained a lot less too. So it was a give and take. I play a little League of Legends here and there. I've been playing some Guitar Hero too with Emil. But yeah, I mean, my life is mostly arm wrestling training, and hanging out with Maggie. Who can win Levon, and how far are you from doing it? I am pretty far. If I continue like this and I don't hit any hiccups, maybe in 5 years, it's possible. But Levon is also going like this. So I could beat today's Levon, maybe. I'm just guessing in 5 years. But if Levon's improving too, then who knows if it'll ever happen. Who can beat Levon, though? Maybe Vitali on a good day. Maybe Alex on a good day. Maybe Devin on a good day. But Levon should be everyone's number one arm wrestler by a good margin. If you don't mind sharing, how much did you guys get paid for the event? Do bigger names like John and Michael? Yeah, Brian, I don't mind sharing. I asked Engin if I could be a part of the event, so I didn't get paid anything. Engin allowed me to join the event because I asked. So I was not a paid super match. Everyone got paid individual prices, I believe. I don't think everyone got the same amount, but because I was not a paid athlete, I can't really let you know on that. Do you play Lost Ark? No, I do not. Sorry. Which is best looking girl, woman in arm wrestling? Of course, my girlfriend. Hello. What kind of question is that? What other answer did you expect? What Eastern arm wrestler were you looking forward to meeting most? I don't know if there was anyone I was looking forward to most necessarily, Adam. It was cool to meet Hermes and Gennady and Prudnik and Morozov, and I mean everyone there was really cool to meet. I've met Oleg in the past, but he's a super nice guy. Hey, we got 2 super chats coming in, so thank you both for the super chats. Chris W, €5 super chat. I really appreciate it. Again, full-time arm wrestler, super chats mean a lot to me. So thank you. Appreciate you answering all the questions. And why don't you want to pull Ryan? I just don't really have interest in pulling a middleweight necessarily. Yeah, and I don't think I'm the right person for Ryan to pull, and I don't think Ryan is the right person for me to pull. I think I gain almost nothing by beating Ryan, and I think Ryan needs to prove himself in his weight category. Since he's been locked in Australia, he hasn't had the opportunity to do so. So me and Ryan pulling just doesn't make a lot of sense. But of course, if he wants the match and wants to pay for it, then I'll happily do it. But I don't think he does. So channel support from JT, $9.99 super chat. Thank you, JT, for the super chat. I really appreciate it. Keep the content and trash talk coming. Thank you. Appreciate it. Guys, we are at 162 likes. I appreciate it so much. We have 218 watching. Make sure you hit the like button if you haven't already, but I really appreciate everyone being here. Also, we just hit 7K subscribers, so thank you, everyone. We're almost at 7.1K. If you want to subscribe and help me out, I really appreciate that as well. Name one arm wrestler you really enjoy watching from the West and one from the East, and why? From the West, I really enjoy watching a lot of different arm wrestlers. I'm going to go with Matt Mask, though. I really like his intensity. I really like his hit, how fired up he gets into the match. It's very entertaining for me. And from the East, I have always been a fan of Krasimir Kostadinov. He just has so much heart and drive, and he really just hits his move every single time and just sees, can you handle it? So Krasimir has always been a big inspiration, if you will. In and Out or Whataburger? I have had both. I think that they're pretty different. In and Out is kind of like, hey, you get this one specific burger, essentially, where Whataburger, you have a few different options. I think both are a little overrated, in my opinion. Neither of them were like, oh my God, but I'd probably lean towards Whataburger, performance enhancing pancakes. Thank you for the question. Will you get a chance to grip up with Tobias Sporrong while you're spending time in Sweden? Yeah, Todd, we're supposed to train this week. Obviously, I got to hang out with Tobias in Turkey a bit, so we did discuss us training this week. He lives 10 minutes away from me, so it's kind of silly we haven't already. Hey, Chance. How did you get into arm wrestling, and what age? Were you naturally good, or did you have to work really hard at it, dude? Yeah, so I got into arm wrestling because me and my dad, who competes in powerlifting and bench press, we were at a fitness expo because he wanted to compete in a bench press tournament. or competition, I should say. And the competition ended up being bench press and deadlift. And he doesn't deadlift. So he was like, oh, well, I don't really want to enter anymore. And right next to it was an arm wrestling tournament. So he's like, oh, cool. He entered the arm wrestling tournament. He ended up winning amateurs undefeated. We talked to some other arm wrestlers there. We got in touch with Craig Sublair and Brandon Morris, and we ended up going to a practice with both of those guys, and I just fell in love with the sport immediately. Then after a couple practices, my dad took me up to Jacksonville, where I thought he was entering to compete, and I just wanted to watch. And he ended up just signing me up without me knowing. They called my name, and I was like, oh, well, I guess I'm arm wrestling. So I entered that class. The weight class was 200 plus. It was a decent sized amateur class, maybe 10, 12 people. I ended up taking second my very first time competing in arm wrestling. I had maybe practiced once or twice. And yeah, it was super fun. So I was naturally decent taking second. And the dude I took second to was an ex-NFL player. He was like really tall, at least 6'6", 360, maybe, I would guess. I have a picture of him somewhere. I can try to dig it out. But just a giant dude. I had no business arm wrestling anyways, but I beat a bunch of grown men and I thought it was super cool again. So that was April of 2015. Ashley, thanks for the question. I'm playing League right now. Yo, Paul Blitzcraig, message me on Instagram or Facebook or Discord or something. If you can carry me in some League, dude, I'd appreciate it because I'm terrible, like bronze or silver and EU servers. So let me know. Just then, so don't know if you answer this, we'll be interested with a rematch with the GOAT. Who would say no to a rematch with the GOAT or any match with the GOAT? I don't think anyone would. So of course I would be. Evening, Mr. Shaw. What's up, Fox? Welcome in. Welcome in. Oh, where did I? This keeps jumping. Who was the most impressive in after pool? Prudnik or Irakli, I would say. Prudnik, I would say, is a little more impressive to me because Prudnik had a super match and Irakli didn't, and Prudnik was still messing everyone's day up. But Irakli was all equally impressive. Generally speaking, if all other factors are equal, would you prefer a stronger wrist or stronger arm in arm wrestling? Of course, it's hard to win with just one, but if you had to win with just one, you can win with a strong arm and not so strong of a wrist. Look at Todd Hutchings. Thank you, Justin Chip, for the amazing question. Grandy, what's up, big boy? Grandy showing up. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. Too bad RVJ had to pull out of the bone match. Yeah, I think it'll be rescheduled, though. All good here. Awesome, man. Good to hear. Okay. Ooh, Whataburger, sorry. We'll have to boycott your stream now. No! In all fairness, performance enhancing pancakes, I will say this. I didn't eat it animal style, and I heard that changes the game. I had fries animal style, and they were pretty good. So, but again, I probably won't think either of them are that good because I'm not that big of a burger guy. Hey, Chance. What's up, Bellman? What was the reason for the move to Sweden, if I may ask? Yeah, I've covered it a few times. I don't mind covering it again. It's just a 2.5 month move, so it's not permanent. I'm living with my buddy Emil Ekstrom, who I met at Worlds. He's a really good friend of mine. We visit each other each year, and over the last 2 years, we haven't been able to visit each other. It was my turn to come to Sweden, so I need to make up for lost time. I figured let's book an extra long trip. Let's make it a training camp. Let's get as big and strong as possible. Emil keeps me on point. He doesn't, hey, we're not missing a training session. We're not missing a rep. We're not missing a half a kilo to make something easier. You know, we're going all out. So it's a win for me. It's also a win for him. I'm keeping his nutrition on point because he was kind of like just eating sloppy, whatever, not eating enough. So I'm keeping his nutrition on point, which is interesting coming from a fat guy like me that I can keep someone's nutrition on point, but I know what I'm talking about, and I can also train him in arm wrestling. So that's the main reason. How are you naturally this big, or did you bulk for arm wrestling? So before I started arm wrestling, I was 240 fat guy. Now I'm 310 less fat guy. So I have less fat now than when I started arm wrestling, but of course I'm also 70 pounds heavier. So I think for me, it's easy to put on weight. If I wasn't arm wrestling, I could be this way. It'd just be a lot more unhealthy. Are you on EU West? Yes, I am on EU West servers right now. So anyone that plays League of Legends, if you want to carry me, hit me up on Discord. It's in my link tree, or hit me up on Instagram or Facebook or anything. And please carry me. Thank you. Yo, Mazel Jador, what is up, buddy? Kieran been listening in. Opening canned corn with a knife at the moment. Nice, Mazel. Thanks for stopping by, buddy. Is it okay to train pronation twice a week? I'm doing it once a week. Don't seem to be improving it at all. Keyless, personally, I would train it twice a week, but I don't mind answering training questions. If you want to get into specifics, though, message me privately and we can discuss privately all the different specifics I might recommend. But twice a week, I would do twice a week pronation and rising, and then twice a week like cupping and supinating in general. That's a simple breakdown. Weren't you with John and Mike in Greece? I don't have the money. But also, I wasn't invited. That's like the three legends that have been hanging out for a long time. But yeah, even if I wasn't invited, I couldn't afford it. Yo, what's up, Kid Robot? Welcome, buddy. Welcome back. It seems your hook was a big surprise to competitors because they see you constantly top roll. Will it be a bigger part of your arsenal in incoming super matches? Definitely not the next super match. Even though I feel my hook is very underrated, I'm not hooking Todd Hutchings, right? It's not going to happen. So I'll definitely be going outside against Todd Hutchings. I don't think that's any surprise, but yeah, I'm still going to focus on top rolling, but if it gets shut down, of course I'm going to try my hook. And now the secret is out, right? People know I have a decent hook. Chance it's more than 150 likes. So what's up with those things behind you? Oh, okay. I forgot about that. Yeah. So they're heart balloons, because yesterday was Valentine's Day, and while I was out with Emil at the gym, Maggie blew up a bunch of heart balloons, and she had a gift for me on the bed, and she had written a card, and it was really nice. So I came home and I was like, oh, this is so sweet. So now we just have the balloons on the bed still. So smack deal, there you go. And guys, thank you for 186 likes. We're at 217 people watching at the moment. Make sure if you're in here, you haven't liked, hit the like button while you're here. Subscribe as well. I really appreciate it. It really helps boost the channel. And drop a comment. Ask me a question. I'm answering all questions. Again, this really, really, really helps boost the post. It helps it get out there to other people, and it helps support me as an arm wrestler to continue training and staying focused. So thank you. What do you think is Devin as an arm wrestler? What is his chance of stopping Vaughn? How strong can he really get? I think that Devin is one of the greatest arm wrestlers ever. I think that he gets a lot of hate for not pulling Europeans, but I think that he's proven time and time again he is at a high level. So I think that he gets too much hate from the arm wrestling community. However, is he ready for Levon? I think Levon should be the favorite. I think that's pretty obvious, but I don't think anyone should be that surprised if he's able to sneak something out. The rule set favors him, and his endurance is better. These are facts. I just don't know, will it be enough to overcome Levon? If the strength is close, then yes, even if Levon's a bit stronger, it's possible. If Levon is 10, 15, 20% stronger, it's not going to be a factor because your endurance doesn't get fatigued if you're dominating. Just my opinion. Rich, hey, what's up? Justin Ship, how strong is Prime Vovoda against today's competition? Justin, who is writing these questions for you, buddy? Are you reading other people's questions and retyping them or something? What is going on? How strong is Prime Vovoda against today's competition? It's hard for me to say. I never got to arm wrestle Prime Vovoda, but considering he was competing with Prime Brzezinski 2006, I would say he would still be a top 5 arm wrestler in the world. Maybe as high as 1, maybe lower than 5, but around top 5 is my guess. Who would you match with Paul Lynn from Europe East? That's an interesting question. Maybe Zurab. Maybe. Do you think Michael Todd will... Oh, where am I? I lost. I was reading a question. Sorry, I scrolled way too far. I missed a bunch of stuff. Yo, $20 super chat. And I think I'm late to it. Sorry, I'm trying to answer everyone's questions. I scrolled too far. Now I saw it. So thank you so much, Jose Horta. $20 super chat. Biggest super chat of the night. Really appreciate it. as I've said, and I'm going to continue saying, I'm a full-time arm wrestler. So these super chats mean a lot to me. They help support me. They help keep me chasing my passion, arm wrestling, being full-time, training, getting as big and strong as I can. So thank you, Jose, for that. And let's read the question. North America should have North America should have a futures tournament. Seems that most top North American arm wrestlers are standing at the top of the hill or on their own way down the hill, if you catch my drift. Best under 30s versus best over 30s. Jose, that's a really interesting concept. Maybe even like a super match card. That'd be cool. Personally, I don't think that the best under 30 is there yet because, well, the top three up and comers in North America are me, Corey, and Derek. I think it goes in the order like Derek or Corey and then me a little bit below them. But even Derek is over 30. So if we include Derek on that still, I just don't think that we're strong enough, right? Like Derek takes on Dave and Corey takes on Michael, I guess. I don't know. Who does that leave me? Devin? It's just like, I think that there's too big of a gap right now. I think in a few years it could be interesting though, Jose, as the best get a little older and as me, Corey, Derek, and other promising North Americans start to rise up, I think it could be a lot more entertaining in the future. But yeah, I think we still get crushed. I hate to say it. You know, I'm the guy that roots for the young guys and for the underdogs, but I think we get crushed. Not my monkey, not my circus. What's up, brother? Welcome back. I'm Swedish. Where are you staying? I'm not going to stalk you. Just curious. Yeah, no problem. I'm in Yavla. I train with Yavla Craft Sport Club. Yeah, I'm back. Welcome back, Bobby. Arm wrestling. Scott Evans arm wrestling. Tugboat. Hello from Tactical Arms in Utah. What's up, Scott Evans? Welcome back. As long as it ain't flaring up like tendon eyes, you can keep training if you get pains through your tendon. You're answering a question. MMA arm wrestling stuff, the slapping stuff, yeah, it's crazy, J King. You don't hook Todzilla. Even Mass said that when it's him versus WAL. Yeah, you don't. Shaw fan right here. Yeah, thank you, Scott. I appreciate that, buddy. What's good? Gabriel Young, welcome. Good to see you in here. Maggie is the best. I agree, she is. Chris, you're funny. That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant, buddy. I swear. When are the COD streams coming back? Yo, Bendy. People weren't loving the COD streams, bro. But maybe when I'm back in the US, if anyone's interested in hanging out and talking arm wrestling while gaming, if there's any crossover there, I might start streaming on Twitch again. So it won't be on my YouTube. It'll be on my Twitch if that ever happens. If you use Twitch and you'd want to watch that, feel free to follow my Twitch. It's in the link tree. I'm not super active over there, but feel free to follow it just in case I do go live over there. Carolyn Looms, $5 super chat. Thank you very, very much, Carolyn. It means a lot. I'm going to keep saying it every time I get a super chat. It means a lot. Full-time arm wrestler. So YouTube is basically where I make all my money. And without super chats, without you guys supporting, I wouldn't be able to do this. So thank you very much. $5 super chat, Carolyn Looms. Maggie, lovely lady. I agree. She is quite the lovely lady. Hey, Chance, thoughts on Michael Todd's performance lately? It's just been the last two matches. I think he's had very tough opponents. I don't want to defend him too much, but I still think that he is easily a top 10 arm wrestler in the world. I think that the issue is he seems a lot less confident in his pronator and riser than he was in the past since his North American tour and since Devin took advantage of it. And so I think he's not hitting here like he needs to for the King's move. In my opinion, you have to win height, and he's trying to hit more here sideways, and he's getting caught more here. And it's just less effective. So I think he needs to fix out his pronator. And this is just my opinion. It's Michael Todd, so he doesn't need to listen. I don't want anyone to think that I'm telling Michael Todd what to do. But in my opinion, if I was Michael Todd, I would work on my pronator. I would work on my riser and my back pressure. I would try to get everything healed, and then I would come back and attack that like I used to. I usually favor low hand top roll, but posting top roll can be useful. Change up. Have you ever focused on improving that part of your game? I definitely post top roll now more than I low hand. Just depends on the opponent and the setup and everything else. But if someone is coming at me with a high knuckle, I have to match that. Because if you go low against high knuckle, it's going to be a bad day. I get them from Reddit. Okay, Justin, that makes more sense. Yeah, Reddit has arm wrestling, by the way, r/arm wrestling. So if any of you guys like to use Reddit, head over r/arm wrestling. Derek Smith runs that over there. I actually believe Devin is gonna give the Georgian Hulk a run for his money. I think it's possible. Thanks, bro. No problem. Yeah, let's play some COD. Okay. When I get back. What do you think is your world rank potential with your genetic frame? It's hard to know. I haven't hit my ceiling. I don't think I'm close to it, but you never know where your ceiling is. Maybe it's here and I'm here. Maybe it's here and I'm here. Who knows? I think that I definitely have the frame to hit that top 10 in the world, top 15, because not all the top guys are huge frame guys like Krasimir, for example. Are you into cars? What type of car do you have? What's your dream car or truck? I'm not too into cars, Bobby. I know a little bit. I drive a 2004 Toyota Celica with 230,000 miles on it, or 220 or something. I don't know. It's been a while since I drove my car, but my dream car would be a Cadillac CTS-V. I really love the CTS-V. It's basically a fancy luxury Corvette. So that's my type of car. PC, yes, I play PC when I do play. This might be a little inappropriate. Pancake diet. Maybe 40s, Jose. Yeah, even 40s, I still think it's tough. I think if it's 50 plus, and then you only have like Tim Bresnan, Todd Hutchings, and Ron Bath and John Brzenk, then I think it's a possibility, Jose. And I think it's a great match. But even 40s, when you include Devin and Michael and Dave, we're not there yet. Soon we will be, but not yet. When I say soon, 2 years, maybe 3. Derek's 37. I thought Derek was like 32, but maybe he's 37. Either way. And a lot of people just talking about different games. You're going to visit another European country for arm wrestling. I hope to visit Latvia, Mitko. I hope that I'll be able to visit Latvia soon. I hope I have enough time. I don't have a ton of time. It's 6 weeks, but I really have a lot planned in these 6 weeks. But if there's time, I'll be flying to Latvia because plane tickets are like $15 or $20, and a hotel is super cheap. And they have obviously very, very talented arm wrestlers. Where do you rank John and the Irakli Prudnik Hutchins conversation? I couldn't rank it really. I'm just guessing. You coming? Aaron's talking to you, Daniel. Chance you should pull Nate McCallan. He's a young dude under 30. Where's Nate from? Running Riot for fun. I'm not familiar with him. Hermes versus the World. He mentioned Devin and Cataret and Hutchings in his interview. Thoughts? I think he beats Cataret. I think he probably beats Hutchings. He's a really good style matchup for Hutchings. I think he loses to Devin. 211 viewers, 210 likes. Hey, guys, 201 viewers. So viewers dropping a little. Over 200. I really appreciate that. It's huge for me. Before East versus West, I was getting like 60. So this is huge numbers for me. I really, really appreciate everyone being here. 217 likes now. We have more likes than watchers, and that means a lot to me. So thank you, everyone. Again, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe while you're here, and ask me questions. I'm trying to answer everything. Is arm wrestling 1 word or 2 word? I think it's 1, but maybe it's 2. I don't know. I'm not the best guy to ask. Yo, 49.99 super chat. That is the biggest super chat of the evening. I really, really appreciate that. That is like half a week worth of groceries, maybe even a little longer, maybe like 4 days worth of groceries there. I really appreciate that super chat. More channel support. Any thoughts on Sabin Badalescu? What thoughts about him? I've never really talked to him. I know basically back in WAF, what was it, 2015 or 2016, he had a win on Levon. I know that he has been pretty good. Obviously, it's not today's Levon, it's old Levon. We saw him beat Travis in a good match. I don't really know where Sabin is. He could be in the top 15 in the world. He could be top 10 in the world. He might be even lower. So it's really, really hard to know, JT. Maybe one day I'll get to pull him. I'm not too sure. But JT, 49.99 super chat. I really, 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 really appreciate that. Like I've said a million times, I'm going to keep saying it supports me, it supports the channel, and it keeps me able to put out content for you guys and keep doing what I love and keep everything up. So I really appreciate that. You need something, baby? Okay. You're just standing and watching. So okay. Justin, Maggie is doing good. Thank you for asking. Justin Ship has been asking me arm wrestling questions. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. I guess he's getting them on Reddit. I'm like, oh, no, it makes sense. I'm game, but I'm out of town for work and I'm not. Okay. How many L's do you take before you make a change? I think after every loss, you need to analyze why is it that you lost? What do you need to improve on? And at the end of the day, I've said it before, if you lost, get stronger. If you were stronger, you wouldn't lose. So I think after every loss, you need to take a step back, analyze why you lost, try to fix your weakness, and at the end of the day, get stronger. Ricky Bobby, $5 super chat. Thank you very much, Ricky Bobby. Really, really, really appreciate that. Do you plan to stop people from locking you out of getting your power? You're really strong when you can access it. Of course, Ricky. Like I was just answering Jay's question above you, I think that every time you lose, you need to analyze why you lost. And for me and Sandras, for example, I can say I didn't have enough pronation or cup. Had I had more pronation and cup, I could have been the one controlling the match instead of Sandras. I could have gotten to my power and I could have won, I believe. Or had I had more cup and supination, maybe I could have forced the hook. Typically, I would rather be here than here because having wars here usually sucks, right? If you're here, it's not so bad. But I'm definitely going to try my best to improve, to get stronger, and to continue improving and chasing the top spot. But thank you, Ricky, for the $5 super chat. Thank you for the question. I really appreciate it. Really appreciate you being here and supporting the channel. So thank you very much. Attention, Utah Pullers, Utah State Championship, February 19th, 2020, this Saturday in Ogden, Utah. You heard it here. If you're from Utah or the surrounding states, you better be there. Ogden, Utah, this Saturday. Pull up to the tournament. Thank you, Scott. Have you pulled Khaled? Thoughts on talents like that? Yeah, I pulled Khaled, big hand, strong hand. I think that I mean he's not an arm wrestler. He doesn't train for arm wrestling. If he did train for arm wrestling, I think he could definitely be very strong, a high level competitor, but he doesn't, and he's not there as expected. If you're not an arm wrestler and you don't train arm wrestling, you're not going to be a top guy in arm wrestling. How do you message you privately from a non-tech 75-year-old? John, sure. If you want to message me privately, go to my description and my YouTube. Click the link tree. It's going to pop up. It's going to show you like Steak Kings and my Instagram and my Facebook and all these things. The easiest way, what I'm always going to see is Instagram messages. So you tap on Instagram. If you have an Instagram account, you'll be able to message me directly on Instagram. If you don't have an Instagram, you can use Facebook. Just search Chance Shaw on Facebook. Shoot me a friend request. I probably won't have room to accept it because my friends list is always full. But after you shoot me a friend request, you can hit message. Shoot me a message request. That's a little harder for me to see, but typically I get to those after a couple days. But I will definitely check that after saying this. But thank you, John, for the question. Do you think Michael should set up his left foot forward, left shoulder forward if it seems like he's going to open top roll? So like left. So like this. No. I think it should still be right forward. That way he can drive up a little easier, right? Here, he can drive up, hit out. I think that would be better personally. $4.99 super chat from Running Riot for Fun. Thank you very much for the super chat. And I already read this a little up, but maybe you sent this before I read it. As far as pulling Nate McCallum from New Mexico, he's a strong guy in under 30. If I'm ever in New Mexico or if Nate is ever where I'm at, anytime, dude. I would highly suggest to Nate and to yourself, if you're also from New Mexico, get over to the Arizona State Championships. It's in April, maybe April 19th. There's some great super matches. Giannis has a super match with Corey Miller. Coach Ray has a super match with Artem. And I think there's a couple more. I can't remember them off the top of my head, but that's always a really good card. It's always a really good show out. So definitely hit that up if you're in that area. Top 10 for sure for you, Chance. Thinking how great you'd be after 5 to 10 years of fine tuning. Thank you, Ashley. One reason why Michael Todd lost is because he didn't fight in the setup. He was starting supinated in every round. First one looked good, but he lost position. JC, I agree. I suggested some adjustments to Michael. Michael chose not to do those, maybe because he knows better than I do what his body is, and I believe that to be the case. But if it was me again, I would have probably tried to fight for pronation, rise, high knuckles a bit more. Patrick with a $10 super chat. Thank you very much, Patrick. Thank you for supporting the channel and helping me do what I do. I really, really, really appreciate that. I really, really honestly appreciate all of these super chats. It means a lot. You guys don't have to donate any money. Of course, you could just hang out and watch live and ask questions, and I'm probably going to answer it anyways, but you guys choose to support, and that means a lot. Here, have some cash. Also, Dota is better. I can't really argue that Dota is better or worse than League because I've never played Dota. I know Dota is the OG. League kind of ripped Dota off from what I understand, but I've never played it, so I can't really input if Dota is better or worse. I'll have to take your word on this, Patrick. But thank you very much for the donation. 242 likes, guys. Thank you, everyone, for liking. If you haven't, make sure you smash the like. Make sure you subscribe while you're here and ask me some questions. Also, if anyone's interested, I made a Patreon like a week ago. I put a couple posts on there. I don't have any patrons yet. So if you want to be a patron, if you want to support the channel, support me, I would appreciate it if you guys would check that out. Of course, no need to, but if you want another way to support me, that's a great way to do so. But I really, really appreciate the super chat again, Patrick. Vindy, TBH looked like Michael could have been climbing more mid-match. He kind of just hits and then lets them climb on top of his hand. Also, big practice this weekend with Poland. Have you heard about it? I have. I think I saw someone post about it on Facebook, but I'm still in Sweden, so I won't be there. But yes, I agree. Michael should have been hitting and going up and up and up, but he wasn't. Derek's 36. Thank you, Daniel. Wow, I'm really far behind then, huh? Sorry, guys. I'm way behind on these questions. I'm getting a lot of questions. I'm answering as fast as I can, but I like to give good explanations and answer everything I can. Sometimes I accidentally scroll through too fast, but I try to do what I can. Chance and Malloy in Tallahassee and a big fan. Oh, thank you. Love from Florida. Let's figure out a way to make something happen. Would love to help promote the sport. Camden's World. Message me on Instagram or Facebook or Discord, and let's talk details. I don't know what exactly you have in mind, but I'm sure we can work something out. Czar, thank you, the C4RB1N3, the carbine, for the super chat of 14 Czar. I don't know what 14 Czar is, but thank you very much for that, for your local currency, and I really appreciate it. Again, it helps support me, it helps support the channel, and it helps me continue to put out content. Gaining height is what Michael needs. I agree. There you go. I think everyone kind of has an agreement, but maybe Michael's pronator or riser or something is injured, so he can't attack there. We don't know. The YouTube algorithm boosting comment. Thank you, Drew. I'm going to scroll a little bit, so I'm sorry if I missed something. Okay. What's up, James Stewart? Will you pull IFA or WAF? I think IFA is in France in September, but I'm not sure. Yeah, IFA is in France. I have no desire really to pull IFA or WAF. Everybody, did you pull Irakli? I did not. Thoughts on Irakli versus Prudnik? Like I stated before, I think it's a good match. I also think Irakli versus Hutchings or Hutchings versus Prudnik are both good matches as well. Khaled confirmed the pull King table 3 versus Larry. Yep, I saw that. Like I said, I think Larry should be pretty heavy favorite on that one. How do you work your hand and wrist? I do a few different exercises. I do some cupping stuff. Not a ton, but I do some cupping stuff with some different handles on a pulley system. I also work back pressure with a rope, around the thumb. I do some kettlebell where I hold it with my riser engaged, and like it's on a bench like this, and I go like this, if that makes sense. I do some belt over the thumb from the floor, as well from the pulley system. Like I said before, I do a few different exercises. I think variety is good. If you don't know yet, Ron Bath and Angie Rose getting married. Yes, Fox, I saw that on Facebook, Angie's Facebook, that Ron proposed. So that's awesome. Congratulations to them. Maggie, our queen. Hope you're having a wonderful time there. You saw Carolyn said that. Yeah. Army's number 3 in the world. Mark my words. I'm interested, Matthew, how you think he takes 3. Like Lavon for sure. And then Alex beat Hermes. So do you think Hermes beats Vitali and Alex beats Vitali? I think that's pretty interesting. I think that Hermes will lose to Vitali just like he lost to Alex because of the longer arm top roll. I think that's a counter to Hermes' style. Heard something about gaming. Do you happen to play I'm going to say SOT because I know that there's a joke and you can be like, I gotcha. No, I don't play that game, Tavi. And if you're trying to get me, you didn't get me. If you're not trying to get me, sorry. I should have read it, but I'm just in case, you know. Thanks for answering. Not a problem. Not a problem. Where am I? Where am I? I've got PayPal. What's going on with PayPal, Fox? Did someone make a bet or something? I don't have any idea what happened with RVJ, Ricky Bobby. Devin will weigh 300 pounds when he beats Levon. I think Devin will be over 300. Chance, will you train heavyweight and pulley specific arm wrestling exercises? Yes, I will, and I am, Cobra. Thanks for stopping by. I skipped over what? My favorite so far. Maggie. Chance now knows the bar he needs to pass. What bar? Oh, the proposal. Oh, okay. Thanks, Coach Ray. Thanks for that, buddy. South African Rand. Oh, okay, okay. Hey, my boy Noel Diesel lives in South Africa. Tell him what's up if you see him. $9.99 super chat, boosted Z06. Thank you. Welcome back to the channel. Good to see you. Thank you for the super chat. I'm going to keep saying it. I appreciate it very much. It supports arm wrestling. I mean, it supports me and supports me arm wrestling. It supports me putting out content. It helps me get to different tournaments, different trainings, and of course, I like to share all that with you guys. So thank you very much for that. Hey, buddy, just trying to help out a fellow American chase his dreams. Good luck. Thank you very much, Boosted Z06, and thanks for hanging out. Michael needs to pull more tournaments, and not all up and comers, and all up and comers, just not Corey. Maybe, you know, Michael has done plenty of tournaments, and I think he can do whatever he wants. Ron Bath should have won that match. Bad call to end it. I agree, but it was still a very entertaining match. I think Irakli would destroy Hutchings. I don't know. Herman was robbed. I don't know if Herman was robbed. What was Herman robbed? Let's go. Let's go. Justin Ship, 199 super chat. Thank you very much, buddy. Thanks for supporting me. Geese versus Jonathan, 2 thoughts. Wow, that's a really interesting match. I know both the athletes have been training really hard, both Geese and Jonathan. I like to think that Geese is progressing a little quicker since he is a bit younger. I think that Geese has been training his rise and his pronation really hard. I think that he might be able to crack Jonathan's hand. If he does, I think that he'll end up controlling the match. If he can control the hand, he'll control the match. That being said, Jonathan might just still have enough cup to force the hook. And if Jonathan puts it inside, I think he's going to put Geese just straight to the pad, 3-0. It's hard to see. I'm really interested in that, Justin. So thank you for the question there, buddy. Statue of Libertad Lorette. Nice. I like the troll account. Haven't seen that one. Do you think you can beat Dimitri Kachan? It's hard to know. You know, it's really hard to know. I think it might be an entertaining match. Can you beat Irakli? I think Irakli should be the favorite against me for sure. People saying Hermes is above Devin is crap. Not yet, maybe one day. Yeah, I agree that I don't think that Hermes is above Devin at the moment. I disagree. I think Devin, Alex Vitali over Hermes at least. I agree. Michael Todd should face Larry Wheels instead of Khaled. No. Michael will definitely beat Larry Cobra. Have you seen WAL logo and KOTT event? The first one I saw it, but I haven't seen it since then. Nah, Larry. Oh, where am I? Nah, Larry's probably too much. No, he's not. I know the game C and then of Thieves. See, I'm reading it specific. I know it's a game. I know it looks fun. I've never played it. It looks very entertaining, but I just know that there's a meme question that you can say with that game. So I'm just not going to read it. Sorry. In the last post of Gasparini, I noticed wall logo. Maybe if that's the case, maybe Wagner is still under WAL contract. So WAL said, yes, Wagner can pull outside of WAL, just use the WAL logo or something. I'm not too sure. I think Levon, Kredecha, Hermes, Vitali. Nah. What are your thoughts when Hermes practice pulled Vitali in Dubai last year? Hermes has improved a lot since then. I don't read too much into practice. I mean, like I said, I was beating Jerry in practice, but I don't rank myself over Jerry. Like, it's practice. It means a little bit. It means Hermes is strong, but it doesn't mean Hermes can win. Chance of the future of arm wrestling. Love the shirts. Thank you very much. If you guys like this shirt, you can get it on youngla.com. I think Young LA is the manufacturer of the shirt, and you can use code Noel for a discount on the checkout. It's not my code, it's just the code I used. I hope I used. I didn't know there was Maggie didn't use the code when she bought me the shirt, but you can use the code and save money and get the shirt for less than I did.
I wish I knew.
But yes, this was a date night shirt. Me and Maggie just had our Valentine's Day dinner. We went out to a place called Sarah's in downtown Yavla, and it was delicious. What did we have?
Steak.
What's it called? I don't remember what kind of steak. Was it?
I don't know.
Strip loin. We had strip loin and it was delicious. And then I also had a pizza that had moose meat on top and some like goat cheese and arugula, and that was also delicious. And then we had some really good desserts. But yeah. Are there any arm wrestlers from Africa? It seems like a lot of people there tend to have some insane genetics. Most of Africa, from what I know, there's not really any arm wrestlers, but South Africa does have some arm wrestlers. I want to see more Herman and matches. Yeah. Chance, in all seriousness, how bad was the loss for Michael? I think that it messes up Michael's plans a little bit. I think that he has to take a step back and focus on maybe a little. He has to just get a couple wins that to prove that he's still right there, which I believe he's right there, but I think he should pull a couple lower guys. Like maybe Michael should pull Derek or something. He beats Derek and everyone's like, oh, okay, Michael's still really good. And then he can get another big match. Hermes is not above Cobra. Oh, yo, let's go. The Carbine. Thank you very much for the 83 ZAR, the South American currency. I happen to know the ZAR pretty well. I'm very familiar with it. So thank you very much for the 83 ZAR donation. Thank you for supporting the channel. It really means a lot to me. I'm going to say it every super chat. You guys know the drill. It helps support me. It helps get me to put out content. It helps get me to tournaments. It helps keep Maggie happy. So thank you for the super chat. This is all I have. Hope you make it big, bro. Thank you, dude. Thank you. And again, don't feel like you need to give me super chats. You could just hang out, ask questions. I just appreciate everyone being here. We have 264 likes. Thank you everyone for the likes. Thank you 189 people watching. Thanks to all the new subscribers that I'm sure are coming in. I really appreciate everyone, but I really appreciate the super chat.
237 likes.
230, 265. This updates. That doesn't update on mobile.
Oh, well, you got one more.
Oh, okay. 266, 267. Look at this. Just flowing in the likes. So thank you, everyone. What's up, Paul Canister? Good to see you. Michael Todd will be back. Yeah. Hey, Chance, how you feeling? Feeling good, Jay. Thanks for asking. Sanders does not beat Toddzilla. I personally would pick Toddzilla in the match, but like I said, Arif and Hermes said Sanders can easily top roll Todd and beat him. But I don't know. Do you think you could beat Sarah Backman? Yeah, I train with Sarah Backman a couple times a year. We get to pull, but I'm a super heavyweight man. That's pretty good. So yeah, I can beat Sarah. Are you back in Sweden? Yes, I am back in Sweden. We got here Monday morning. Michael denies being injured, but you think he is injured, or do you think he's losing more easily because he doesn't use far below the table? Michael would know better than I would. From it just seems his pronator was injured before, and maybe he doesn't feel injured, but it doesn't look as strong as it was before. So this tells me maybe an injury. Chance, your shirt game is the best in the game. You must have hundreds. Thank you, Master Chef. Yeah, we did count recently. I have like 50. So I'm only halfway there. I better buy some more shirts or something. Maybe with some super chat money, I can buy a couple shirts. Who knows? I got elbow pain from arm wrestling. Any tips? Reaper. If you have elbow pain, you're probably pushing too much. When you push, you're putting a lot of pressure on all the connective tissue in your elbow. Try doing more hammer curl, outside running away stuff. You'll avoid some of that. But in general, you're always going to end up getting pain in your arms, in your elbow. It's part of arm wrestling. It's part of growing pains. There are some exercises you can do, like Fox mentioned. Jam presses are really nice. I like to do just light cable stuff where you put the pressure and you just kind of do some side pressure movement, some tricep stuff, get some blood flow in there. It'll help. But in general, if you avoid pulling on the elbow, it's going to hurt a little less. You know, I think Eric Spoto could pin Vitali in a practice pull. Maybe in a practice pull. It's hard to say. But obviously, we know he couldn't in a real match. Hey, Chance, would you consider competing in strongman? I'm not tall enough for strongman, I don't think, being only 6 foot or 183 centimeters. But I'm not too interested in strongman. I'm a lot more interested in arm wrestling, really. If I was going to do another sport, it would be powerlifting, probably. I got a question that's in a different language, so I'm going to go to Google Translate. Let's see what this question says. Russian, who are you? What's going on here? Hello, Toxa, Kartoxa. I hope you understand English. You probably don't, because you asked me a question in Russian. My name is Chance Shaw. I'm an arm wrestler, and I'm talking about arm wrestling stuff. If you're not sure how you ended up on my channel, maybe you subscribe from some arm wrestling after pulls that I put. But welcome to the channel. Thanks for stopping by, and I hope that answers your question. Why not start your own clothes brand when you can? I'd buy a Shaw shirt. So many people do it now, and it's popular. So I can definitely roll out like a normal t-shirt that has like the Tugboat Chance Shaw logo on it. The one that's in the bottom right of your screen right now, the one that you've probably seen on a lot of my thumbnails. I could roll that out. That's pretty easy. What I really want to do is have a Hawaiian shirt like this and have the material be arm wrestling stuff and the Tugboat logo and stuff like that, just all in the actual material. But to make that happen is really difficult because I have to find a textile manufacturer who can create the fabric for me. I have to have the funds to buy the fabric and to mass produce the shirts. And then once I have all these shirts that I'm sitting on, now I have to try to sell so many. And I don't think that there's a big enough market to really push them. So it's a dream. It's unrealistic. I might just have to end up rolling out some shirts. I don't want to just have another arm wrestling t-shirt. You know what I mean? I want it to be a little bit unique and a little bit on brand and on character. So if I do it, I'll just have to, I really want to make sure it's a nice quality shirt and it represents me well and has the Tugboat logo and maybe something else I can think of. Maybe Tugboat across the back or something. But thank you, Ashley, for the question. Feel Michael Todd is losing because he keeps training the same. He seems to lack pronation or cupping. Maybe it's possible. Print out pictures of Todd Hutchings and wrap your elbows with them. Yeah, there you go. That's how you help elbow pain. Michael Todd wasn't too opposed to the thought of retiring and sitting and hosting arm wrestling matches at the Monster Factory. Ramzi and him also squashed their beef. What do you think about this? I don't think Michael will ever retire. Michael would know better than I would, though. The Eastern super heavies are insane right now. Devin aside, they've got such a grip on that division. You, Derek Gorilla, are the next gens, I hope. Yeah, I agree, Lee. And I hope so as well. Thank you. I think Khaled has taken down Larry. His raw power and grip are really impressive. He'll take Larry. No, it won't happen, Ben. Sorry. Chance going to be... Oh, No, I was reading something. Chance gonna be a millionaire from all these super chats. Far from it, dude. Maybe it'll be positive in my bank account. No, all jokes aside, I'm not in debt or anything like that. But yeah, definitely far from millionaire. Maybe I can become a thousandaire at this rate. Woo! Where do you see yourself internationally after what you felt from Sanders? I think that I'm right near Sanders. I think um, if I face someone similar to Sanders's level that had a little less pronation and I'm able to control outside, I think that I can win it. Or they have a little bit less back pressure, I can get inside and maybe win it. So I don't think that I'm too far off of that level, just a little bit below it. Can Tom Holland beat Sarah? Yes. Michael shouldn't retire. Sport needs guys like him. I agree. Chant shows up in a pink shirt and crazy hats, rip off arms. That's the goal, Smoke. That's the goal. Am I going to Varmland? I don't know where that is, Adam. So no. Best of Chance the Tank. Thank you. Cool. How long are you planning to stay in Sweden? I live 3 hours away. Be cool to make a day trip. I will be here until the end of March, like March 24th, 25th, somewhere around there. If you're interested, Henrik, and coming to a practice, reach out to me privately on Instagram or Facebook, and we can definitely try to set up, or I'll give you the details and you can drive out to a practice. We can set something else. Did you and Michael have enough time to get over travel before competing? So Mike, I'm flying from Sweden, so I had a 3.5 hour trip and only a 2 hour time difference. So for me, it didn't really affect me. As far as everyone else that came from America, that's a question for them. It's not a question for me. Oh no, I scrolled too far. When is your match with Cataract? I don't have a match. He hasn't accepted yet. Chance, you'll be as big as Devin very soon, and Devin sells a lot of those green hoodies, so you will do it too. Yeah, maybe Cobra. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm about 500,000 subscribers away, so I don't know about very soon, but who knows? Maybe one day. What are your main goals in arm wrestling? Timothy Turner. I want to be the best possible version of myself. Of course, if it's possible, if my genetics allow, I would love a #1 spot in the world. Of course, what arm wrestler wouldn't want to chase that? But really, I just want to continue to improve. I want to continue to get better, and I want to continue to promote arm wrestling. I think arm wrestling deserves a lot more eyes on it. So anything I can do to bring arm wrestling to another viewer or two, I'd love to do. So whether that's through social media, whether that's through person-to-person interaction, I really do like promoting arm wrestling as a sport. I think that the top guys in arm wrestling deserve more for all the hard work that they put in and for being so dominant at their specialty. So definitely, again, just to recap, I want to chase the #1 spot in the world, but overall, I just want to improve and be the best I can. And I also want to bring more eyes to arm wrestling. There's got to be a customizable Hawaiian shirt printing out there, no? Boz. So the thing is, buddy, I can print a Hawaiian shirt. So you can get like a white Hawaiian shirt and print on it. The issue is the cost. So if I were to do that, my cost on the shirt, even in bulk, from what I found, is going to be like near $50. That's shipped to me. So now you have to think shipping to you is going to be another $10. So the raw cost on a shirt is 60. Now, of course, I would like to make a couple bucks on a shirt. So even if I'm only charging $5, so if my spread is $5, it's a $65 shirt. I don't really think that there's much of a market for a $65 shirt. That's just, I wouldn't buy a $65 shirt for myself. I wouldn't expect anyone to buy one of my $65 shirts. So it's possible. It's just, unless someone knows of a cheaper printing company for custom Hawaiian shirts where we could bring the cost way down and make it at least a reasonable price, I just don't think it's possible. Then Hammerstram, what's up, buddy? Michael Todd has some good recovery rehab routines. I agree. Drew, cheers, Chance. For sure, dude. Roll it out for now. But yes, Hawaiian shirts would be sick. Yeah, I agree. Oh, I scrolled a bit. Sorry if I skipped some questions. Why do you decide to move to Sweden? Seems like a lot. Yeah, so Alex, I've covered that a few times in live now. I'll briefly touch over it. I decided to move to Sweden because one of my best friends, Emil Ekstrom, lives in Sweden. So I wanted to visit him. I decided to turn it into a training camp. We're spending 2.5 months here. Usually we visit each other each year. With COVID, we haven't been able to, so we needed to make up for lost time, and it worked out. Emil really keeps me focused on gym training. Arm wrestling specific, like knowledge stuff, learning is less of what I need, and gym training is more of what I need. So it actually works out perfect, Alex. Chance is a beast, looking strong, buddy. Thank you very much, Anchor. I appreciate that. Bath versus FA Comic thoughts. Well, obviously they just had their super match at East versus West, Mr. Justin Ship. And Ron's left has traditionally not been nearly as good as his right arm. And FA's left is his specialty. He took 3rd place, I believe, at WAF this year's at 110 kilos. So I definitely thought FA was the favorite going into it. Pre-FA's injury, I do think that would have been a good match on the right side, though. Chance, your thoughts on RVJ pulling out of the match? King Chili, I don't know his reasoning. He says it's personal. He reached out to Ryan directly a couple weeks ago. I can't really, it's not my place to have much of an opinion on that. If Rob has something personal in his life, if he has family matters going on, that comes before arm wrestling. I know us as fans, sometimes we get a little selfish and we're like, well, we really want to match. But you got to understand, if there's something with his family going on or something personal to him, that takes precedence over arm wrestling. Oh, I scrolled a little too far. Chance, do you think you can beat Larry Wheels at the stage she is in now? Yes, I do. He didn't beat the Swedish champ. Philip, I can't remember where Philip's from, but he's not from Sweden. Swedish champ is Tobias Sporrong. It's crazy. Vitaly has to work a second job to arm wrestling. It is crazy. That's what I'm saying. If we had more eyes on arm wrestling, guys like Vitaly would never have to work a job. They could just focus on arm wrestling, which I think in return brings the level of arm wrestling up. I didn't grip up with Irakli. No, the USA would dominate if the world in arm wrestling if it paid the same as NFL. Thomas, it's very possible. Tugboat top hats would be sick. That's an interesting idea, Smoke. Thank you for the idea. Where in Sweden do you live? I am in Javla, which is Slovakian champ. Yeah, Slovakian. Slovakian champ is like Philip won what? He took 3rd at WAF and 85 kilos, I think. So that's good, but it's not super heavyweight. So I'm not saying that Philip's not a beast, because he for sure is, but I still think that I could beat Larry. Hi, Chance. You're a great addition to every arm wrestling event. Thank you, John Paul Linlin. I appreciate that. You seem to stand out as a colorful character every time I see you in one of the several arm wrestling vids that are out there. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I try my best. Merch line, Lil Tugboat key rings. Interesting. I need to have a merch manager or something, apparently, to cover all this. What's up, Maxie? Welcome. Ryan Espy's guest said that you won the hand and wrist fight in your match, but were lacking side pressure. Do you feel the same way? No, it's the total opposite. I lost the hand and wrist, but was stronger with side pressure. But you can't access your side pressure with a cracked hand unless you can jam in like Todd Hutchings. But with my length and everything and my style of arm wrestling, I can't. So whenever it becomes arm on arm, I have more side pressure to go for the pin. So JVD, whoever said that is incorrect. What can you bench in kilos and pounds? Like my bench isn't that good compared to my dad. My dad benched like 245 or 246 kilos. My bench is like 185. So I'm definitely working on it because I just enjoy bench press as a lift, but I'm not working on it like arm wrestling. Soon I want to try for a PR. Maybe I can get closer to 190 or 200 kilos, but the most I've ever hit was 185 kilos. Do you think, oh, nope, I scrolled too far. Oh, do you think Ron would have had a better match with Zerb if he hadn't already pulled a super match? I don't think it affected him too much, Gilbert. Thank you, Maxie, for that comment. How are you so cute and strong at the same time? I don't know, Maxie.
You are so cute.
You must be Maggie's second account. Thank you for that. Legends. Hey, Chance, what do you think about Hermes? I wasn't as big of a fan of Hermes before this weekend, but Hermes is a really nice guy in person. I I think that he's a great athlete and he has a bright future ahead of him. I believe that he's maybe the 5th ranked arm wrestler right now. Top 3 after pull moments in Turkey. Maybe you touched the subject, but I think that's different to everyone. If you guys are interested in the after pulling at Turkey, if you haven't seen it already, you can go check it out. I posted a bunch of after pulling short clips, and then we also put out the high quality after pulling video. My favorite moments were Prudnik and Irakli pulling. That was really interesting to me. Engin pulling. Engin pulled a bunch of different people, but Engin was very, very impressive. He was like flash pinning people. It was kind of crazy. Those would be my 2 favorite. I know you asked for 3, but there's just so many that are good, but those are my top 2. Super great. Oh, scrolled too much. Ryan's guest was Jody Williams. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, Jody's a great guy, but that's just not what happened. Maybe it looked like that on video, but no. What are you concentrating on in Sweden, Chance? Staying focused, staying committed, staying training, and getting as strong as possible. I've never really set aside time to focus on arm wrestling and it be my only focus and my only thought and have full-time training schedule. So for me, this is a first. I'm committed. So my idea is get on a schedule, get on commitment, stay on top of it, become the best I can be in these 10 weeks. When I get back, just continue along what I've been doing here. What do you believe match happened between Brzezinski and Hutchings? Who's going to win? It's hard to know, Panos. I'm sure that we're gonna find out one day. Ashley Cooper, 185 kg is mad though. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. 185 is strong. Thank you, Henrik. That's pretty good. Thank you, guys. Hey, well, maybe 185 is not too bad. So thank you, guys. Damn chance, 185 kilos. Most I ever bench was 285. I'm only 205, but still strong in wrestling. Yeah, thanks. Just me, or does it seem like Ermi's translator likes to add in his own bits? Maybe he does. Maybe he likes to stir the pot, but maybe that's what he does. Maybe he's also like his social media manager or something, or just media manager in general. So he adds in a little bit. I'm not too sure. I'm behind in the stream, but just got to the part where you said you weren't one of the paid athletes. That seems unfair, even if you did ask to be. No, muscle up, guys. It's not unfair at all. I didn't ask Engin to be paid. Engin had already put out a lot of money, guys. I'm talking a lot of money to make this event happen. And he already struggled to break even on the event. I don't know if he did or didn't. I think it was close. So for me to be a part of the event, number one, it's an honor to me to be part of the best event ever, to be able to be around the level of athletes that I was able to be around. And Engin did cover my hotel and he helped out with some food and things like this. It's an honor for me. I was really honored about that. And I don't think Engin needed to pay me. And I think I showed and I proved to Engin what type of person I am and what I'm capable of. And hopefully Engin liked what he saw. And in the future, he invites me. And if he invites me, I will be a paid athlete. All athletes that were invited were paid. But I asked to be there. So that's why I wasn't. And I think that that's totally fair. So no issues at all with that. Muscle up, guy. But thank you for the comment. Do you think Schoolboy is madly overrated? From the general public, yeah, of course. But I think a lot of famous arm wrestlers, if they were as famous as Schoolboy, would be overrated by the general public. It's easy to overrate someone when you only see them win. And of course, that's how Schoolboy's marketed on arm wrestling TV. So, of course, people think that Schoolboy is on the same level as Levon and stuff. And of course, we know as arm wrestlers that that's a bit crazy, but it's hard to blame fans, general Schoolboy fans, from knowing the difference when they only see him win. Yeah, anyways, would you be Schoolboy? Maybe you already answered that. I'd love a match with him. I'd rather not predict, and I'd rather find out on the table. There's been a lot of talk about Engin versus Bowen. Engin destroys Bowen, William. Thanks for the question, though. Ron Bath going full desperation move was one of the best things. Yeah, that was really entertaining. Does Hermes beat Chafee? I think Hermes Chafee is a fantastic match. I pull 185 too. Easy in pounds. Nice. Arm wrestling fanatic. Who's your favorite league champion? I would say Nautilus. Nautilus is my go-to. I like Nautilus support is probably my best role, my best champion and my best role. And then I also like, I know I'm gonna get some hate for this, but I like Master Yi jungle. He's fun. Like you get ahead early and then you just like get pentakills and carry games. Maybe that's part of the reason I'm a silver player, but whatever. He's fun. Amumu and Ramus are lots of fun as well. So yeah. I don't get the whole concept of East versus West. It's basically comparing two countries to 100. Yeah, kind of, Alex, but it's entertaining. Is there a particular arm wrestler you would love to train with and pick their brains about their training programs and pulling techniques? Giannis and Engin, for sure. Would love to see Engin versus Bowen. No, Engin kills Bowen, in my opinion. You made Sanders work. That's something. Thank you, Krige. Guys, if you're not subscribed to Krige over at Sweden Arm Wrestling Television, make sure you go check out his channel and subscribe. He covers all Swedish arm wrestling. So get over there. And he also covers world arm wrestling stuff. Do you think Levon is a government-supported athlete? I'm not sure how it works in Georgia. I think so, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's not. I think Engin said he just broke even, including donations. That is nuts to me. I think it's crazy that the biggest arm wrestling event of all time didn't get more support. I think it's terrible because that means it didn't do near King of the Table numbers, like not even close, which is awful. I mean, I'm not saying King of the Table is fantastic, for sure, but as a pure arm wrestling fan, you get to see 15, 16 amazing matchups. And you didn't support it. Like, I don't know. I think it's tough. But if he broke even, I think hopefully he'll do another card. But if he does, I hope he does a much smaller card, keeps it much more under budget. So he can maybe make a little bit of money and continue promoting and putting together amazing cards. Okay, I gave Engin a good word on you in his live stream earlier, so I got your back. Thank you, Cobra Vavoda. I appreciate that. Engin really liked what he saw, Chance. Thank you for letting me know. Him, Giannis, and Coach Ray were saying you were legit elite. Engin especially was really excited how close you were. Wow. Chance really elite strong. Wow, that's good to hear. The 9th. Obviously, I couldn't hear the live stream because I was arm wrestling, but that's really makes me happy to hear that he liked what he saw. It means that I proved myself while I was there, at least to him. You play LOL? Nice. Yeah, just a little. Bro, the Yee. I know. Ron doesn't like to lose whatsoever, but very humble dude. Yeah, I agree, Jay. What's your opinion on Gennady versus Chafee? I think Chafee wins that match again. Maybe it's 4-2 again. Dude, you're playing terrible champs. The one true champ is singed. Get out of here. You can't call Nautilus terrible. He's like one of the best supports. And he's always a great support. He offers so much. He has his root with his auto, his Q, so his hook. He has his slow with his W, and with his E, and his shield with his W. His ult is a knockup, and it's a multi-target lock. Come on. Can't hate on Nautilus. You can hate on you, but not Nautilus. I think the point is the East Hemisphere versus West Hemisphere, and that's just a coincidence that all the best USA in Europe. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, no problem, Spoof. He should have made money. It's ridiculous. I agree, Jay. I think Engin said that some of the athletes were very expensive. I think Engin decided the price. Like Engin has the mindset that I have, but even more elevated. Like Engin believes that our top arm wrestlers in our sport should be treated like top athletes. They should be treated with, like they should get everything else top athletes do, like paid trips and big events and money and all these things. And unfortunately, we just don't have the money in the sport, and we didn't support this event, so we really didn't get any additional money in the sport. We just basically cleared to have the event. Let's go, Chance EU West after the stream to teach you Master Yi lessons. Okay, Miko. Like I said, message me. Let's just sum up. Have you ever played Skyrim? Yes, I did play Skyrim. I liked it. For me, for whatever reason, I didn't enjoy it as much as I enjoyed playing through Oblivion, though. Cobra. I bought Engin pay-per-view weeks ago and watched it Sunday. Blows my mind. Top arm wrestlers did not even buy it. It's crazy, Carolyn. I mean, Larry Wheels didn't even come to the event if his production, even if his production guys were there. Yeah, Larry wasn't there, but Adam was there. I think Larry was on vacation. And where was he? I don't remember where he was, but he was on vacation somewhere. Yeah, I don't know. Athletes should get paid, so I don't really care. Yeah. Engin did a live stream earlier, and the entire chat managed to convince him to do East versus West 3, by the way. He's motivated to make the better and try to do a better promotion. That is awesome. Maldives. Yes. Okay, that's where Larry was. That's awesome to hear. I'm really happy that Engin is motivated to do another one. I just hope that he cuts down the size of the card, not because I didn't enjoy it and love it, but just so the budget isn't as crazy, so he can afford. He doesn't have as much overhead and as much stress with it. But he's Engin. He can do whatever he wants, and I hope he makes it happen. Will you face Corey West and Derek Smith someday? Of course. We're young. We're improving. We're going to end up meeting at some point or another. It might help if you keep the pay-per-view private for longer. It gives people more incentive to pay and watch live. What do you mean private for longer, Smoke? Chance, think Pete. Oh, I scrolled. I lost where I was. I'm sorry. Chance, nobody screenshotted Core Sports buy page to show how easy and cheap it was to buy. Yeah, it was easy and cheap. What is your top three? Levon, Vitaly, Devin. That's off to Engin. He must be knackered after all that hard work. Dude, Engin after was just super excited. He was like a kid in a candy shop. He was just super excited to watch the after pulling and participate in after pulling and think about future matches. I would be super stressed if I was Engin, and maybe he is stressed, but he definitely wasn't showing it there. Where's Mr. Grundy? He's back in Florida. Brad only flew out to Turkey for one day to watch after pulling and pull a little bit, and watch the event, of course. Then he had to get home for ankle surgery. Top three best left hands. Now, left hand is way harder to give a top three because we have like no arm wrestling data. Levon, Vitaly, Cody Merritt, maybe Morozov, maybe Devin. It's hard to know. Over time, he may get more money from the individual videos that he's posting now. Yes, I think he is going to get paid on the individual videos. Last I saw, Michael and Gennady was at like 70K. It's probably at 100 by now. Skyrim's dope. Potions leveling up to 1,000 in 10 minutes. Yeah. So league plus arm wrestling talk. Turkey. Let's go. Any word on why RVJ pulled out? No, I have no idea. That's a better question for Ryan or RVJ. Have you talked about Morozov Sprung match? No, I haven't. I thought it was a really good match. I thought Sprung showed that his hand and wrist was really strong. He was fast. He was in the match. He just, once the strap got applied, wasn't able to crack Morozov's hand. Morozov was able to set the hook and from there control the match. I don't think it was uneven. I just think Tobias, in order to make that match favorable for him, needs a bit more inside pressure. But Tobias looked great to me. What are your top 5 clean athletes? Mitko, how am I supposed to know who's clean and who's not? I don't know. And I don't necessarily care either. Don't let the footage hit YouTube for free until a couple weeks after each event. Oh, maybe Smoke. Maybe. I know it's 5+ hours, but it went in a flash. Oh, it went even faster in person. Like every single match just felt so quick. Besides Ron and Zurab, that felt like, holy smokes, these guys have been pulling an hour. It's amazing. Worry about the money afterwards. Yeah, exactly. That's how Engin is. Chance, is there a possibility that you'll help Engin with the production on his next big event? I saw you're very good in that. I am happy to help Engin with anything that he wants me to help him with. I'm just happy to be involved in arm wrestling and help in any way I can. Left-handed Travis, Aussie arm wrestler, Levon Travis. Yeah, nice list. You forgot Brandon Elsesser, number 1, though. It might sound greedy, but I thought I would go for on like on for like 8 hours. No, I definitely thought it would go on longer than it did too. Yo, I caught up. Let's go. Yo, NatFit, Jamie Sheldon, what's up, buddy? Good job. Thank you. Thank you. Guys, we have 175 viewers, 308 likes. If you haven't liked, make sure you like. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. I really appreciate everyone being here, asking me all these questions. I really appreciate all the super chats, the likes and the subscribes and everything. All the support really means a lot to me. I hope that I covered all the questions. I hope I didn't miss anything. I'll give it a couple more minutes. I've been live about 2.5 hours, right? What time is it? Yeah, I've been live about 2.5 hours. I'm getting a little tired. Maggie's getting a little tired, so I'll head to bed soon. I'll answer any last minute questions. If anyone has anything else, shoot it out to me. What else? Oh, in the description, you can find all my links. It's in my link tree. So check out the link tree. You can find me on my Facebook athlete page, which I'm going to start posting videos over there as well. You can find me my Discord. You can join my Discord server, message me directly on Discord. You can find my Instagram, follow me over on Instagram, message me there. Let's see. You can also find, my Patreon. If anyone's interested in becoming a Patreon, so far I have 0 Patreons. I just made it like a week ago. I post a little bit of content over there. Once I have someone over there, I'll be a bit more motivated to post more content over there, but definitely check that out if that's something you're interested in. Let's cover these last questions and then I will, I'll call the live there. How do you think Barbosa would have fared against Morozov? It's hard to know. Got 1,000 plus. No, Travis, let him win because he bet against himself. Oh, okay. The first female match was awesome. Spoof. Yeah, Angie Rose versus Anna Gromland was a really good match. Chance, I'll be uploading your If Arm Wrestlers Were Cars tomorrow on TikTok on Insta. Let's go. Thanks, Fox. Hey, Fox, you're a cool guy. Thank you, Youngie Spark. Appreciate it. Discord link missing in link tree. Is it? Okay. Hold on. I will. All right, I'm going to put my Discord link in here. I'll fix the link tree in a little bit. This is my Discord server. I just linked it in the chat if anyone wants to watch it. Or not watch it, what am I talking about? I'm getting tired. If anyone wants to hop in my Discord server, feel free to. Live that long, take a break, bro. Eric Spotto seems to be a rising force in upcoming next generation. I wouldn't say he's upcoming this generation because Eric Spotto has been around in arm wrestling way longer than I have. He just doesn't compete very much. Do you have a job? No, I'm an arm wrestler. That's why super chats mean so much to me because that's my my income really. If my crypto ever balloons and I get rich, I will sponsor you full time with a proper salary, brother. Thank you. The 9th, I appreciate that. Nice, Fox. All right, I think I'm gonna call it there. I'll end the live here. Looks like a couple of you guys are joining the Discord server, so thank you for that. Yeah, I got a few of you guys joining in, so thank you. If you want, you can obviously you can see me on the right. You can click on my name. You can add me as a friend. I have Discord mobile on the computer. It's on Immel's Discord, but anyways, thank you. Hey, Jason Merlot, you just hopped on as I'm hopping off. So sorry. But you look good inside match 1. Surprise some people. Thank you, Jason. I really appreciate that. But I'm getting ready to sign out here and head to bed. So I really, really appreciate everyone on here. Thanks for hanging out. And I look forward to seeing you guys next time. I'm going to go live next Tuesday, 8 p.m. I'm going to be putting content out this week. I'm going to probably post tomorrow a match breakdown and analysis of my match with Sanders if anyone's wondering what it looked like from my perspective. But again, thank you all for hanging out, and I'll see you next week.